Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. Um, we are live with. This will be my first foray into streaming Pathfinder, second edition, and I am joined by the last Omnitect, your favorite robot American, Sword Queen D&D, better known as Elise, and Skag of Skagwater RPG, who is a filthy mono red player, but I'll let that slide.
You play red too. It's literally in the name.
That's not true. You can't prove that. That's hacking.
I can prove that actually.
Oh. No. So hi Neris. So if I think we can just go down so I have the overlay set up to where it actually shows what you guys are and what you're playing, but I would like for you to introduce your characters. Let's go in an order of left to right. So starting with Omni. Omni, tell us a little bit about Vetus.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, my character today is Vidas Shelton, who is he's sort of a monster hunter of sorts from a mercenary company that specializes in hunting up monsters and weird, crazy shit. And he specifically is from and I'm just zooming down to make sure I got the right zone here. What's the name of that region again? I know it's between Karovij and, oh man, why is this thing zoomed out so far? Yeah, it's between Karovij and Zafrist. I can't remember what the name of that region is.
That would be
yeah, down here.
Right here, the Rhoda
Yeah.
Pamont. That's like the
Yes.
nice big open like orchard kind of area, farming territory.
Right, which as I recall is constantly contested by these two nations.
Yeah, I'll
so
just put you guys as tokens in your respective places where you're from.
Yeah. So Vidas is from that region where, for the most part, his soldiers have bounced back and forth between Karovij and Zafrist, sort of just getting jobs where they can. And as of late, he's been largely sort of an apprentice, but up until recently, he's started moving north. I should say he actually did serve somewhat more extensively in the past, but he's a little retired, and, well, the money's running out, so it's time to go back to work. And so he's been heading north in search of, well, contracts. After all, I hear there be dragons up by Drakendale.
RP dragons.
That'd be him.
Right on, thank you. Elise, would you like to introduce Alira to everybody? You're muted.
Oops. Well, I was okay. You want me to unmute myself, but you tell me to mute myself.
I don't want you to eat in the mic.
Either you and everyone on Twitch can listen to me eat ice cream, or you can, hear me talk. One of those two. You can't have both.
Introduce your characters.
Lyra is a hobgoblin, and she is a nomad from the northeast of this area, Drakendale. And she's a ranger, and she has a companion. Let me see. Oh gosh, where did I put his name? It was something cute.
You tell me, it's your companion.
I know. I just realized why I couldn't find all my notes is because they were on my old character sheet. But anyway, I have a young osprey, sort of like an eagle hawk. He's big and he's fluffy and he's sassy.
Adorable.
And Alira is a hobgoblin. In this setting, we call them Harushkins because they're from a nation known as Harushka from the very far north.
Heck yeah. And do you want to do a little intro on why your character, where they are and why they're there?
Yes, we are in. Let me see. We're down here, right? Sort of like south of Drakendale.
You're pretty close to where Ezros' token is on the map here.
Yeah, so Alira was part of a scouting party and ran afoul of something called a storm patch, which I'm sure we'll elaborate on further. But Due to the perils of this storm patch, she lost her party, her scouting party, and her companion. So it's just her and her little burb friend now.
Bird.
Yeah.
Let me know when you find the name of that bird.
I can't find it anywhere. I don't know where on earth it would be.
And then come up with something. It's no big deal.
I'll come back to his name because it's on my other character sheet, but D&D Beyond will not load. So.
Oh, good. Little bird. Okay. And lastly, but of course not leastly, Skag. I just looked over and saw that big smile.
Hello, everybody. I'm Skagwater RPG, and today I am going to be playing Ezros. Ezros is coming from an area in Drakendale, a very small village, and he is just out. He got sent on a mission to go get supplies for his family / everybody else in the village because they're running short now. So he is being the good boy and doing it.
Yeah, you're taking charge for the first time, and since your grandmother, I believe, is kind of just like
grandma.
not physically able enough to do that sort of thing anymore.
Yep.
Okay, right on. I'm glad got everybody introduced. So let's do a recap of what happened during the during our session 0, as it were, so we can get the viewers caught up to speed.
We could roll. Do y'all want to roll?
Sure.
Whomever, I'll
be
give
honest-
I'll give you your hero point for the session.
To be honest, I didn't take any
thank you.
notes last session because I thought it was just a session 0 and just going to be a throwaway.
Oh, that's fine. We are picking up right where we left off, however.
Okie dokie, cool guys. This is going to be fun.
All my
I rolled a 19.
okay, frick.
I'll roll, but I don't remember it.
Watch this be a
Good
nat 20.
nat 20,
Watch
yeah.
it.
No, it's an 8.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right, Omni, lead us off in the recap.
All right. So, each of our characters was, for various reasons, going through the woods in the, as I recall, the south. It's the woodland area just to the west of Dracodale, south of Solity.
There's an N in there. Drakendale.
Drakendale. There we go. Drakendale. So I thought I said Drakendale with a C.
You should. I heard Drakendale.
I heard Drakendale, so.
Drakendale.
So just to the west of that is a forest that you need to get out to Drakendale. And so as we were going through it, each of our characters was on their own path. We hadn't crossed yet. We're not a party. Vidas was largely doing his cross-country hiking alone, making loud noises so no animals would approach, or at least the things that would approach he'd know he'd have to kill. Whereas Elise's character, on the other hand, was coming from, as I recall, the northwest of the forest, which I know you have your own motives for coming through there, as does Skag's character as well. So we all kind of stumbled onto each other when out of the woods comes what at first, I'm not going to lie, me as a player, I genuinely thought, like, what the fuck is this weird Sasquatch thing? But becomes abundantly clear it's actually some kind of warped undead creature. And it begins to beat the ever-loving out of my character and attract the attention of the other folks who hear the fighting and shouting. I feel like this is a good moment for me to let someone else take over.
Absolutely, boss. Give yourself your hero point for the session.
Sick.
Also, you guys got a hero point just for showing up, so there you go. So you should have 2 now. All right. Well, Skag, you technically rolled higher, so you want to give me something, anything, to justify me giving you a point.
After the fighting, we were talking to a guy, and I remember yelling at him obscenities, the nonsense to try to get him to talk, and he wasn't talking, and being a complete asshole. And he gave us information about a plague of sorts going on and wiping out pretty much his entire party, which is the people that we ended up fighting. After that, he took us to one of the rooms that had a giant X on it. I don't remember if we discovered or not what that meant. We just know that something happened here, apparently, or it was a safe space for us.
Indeed.
And I think that's all that I remember.
That's a good recap. Give yourself a hero point. You should have to.
Woohoo!
And Elise, have anything to add?
So, this may be incorrect, but what I remember is that these creatures were not actually undead. Our elf friend that we met, what was his name? I can't remember his name because I can't find my notes.
Red put a damn thing of it in the damn Discord. His name, and I don't remember what it was.
I think it was in the voice. I think it was in the voice chat. I think we put all of our stuff in the voice chat, and that's why we can't find any of our shit.
It's still accessible. You can still pull up the voice chat.
Which
I should just delete it just out of spite because we're not going to even be using it anymore.
Can't freaking find anything.
Anyway, tell me what you do know.
Anyway, our elf friend, whose name I don't recall.
Sprungo.
Started with an A, and I can't remember.
It did start with an A. That's not enough to get a hero point, so please continue your recap.
Sorry, it's bothering me now. I'm really frustrated because I can't remember any of my notes, and it's pissing me off because I'm a note taker.
Or shame.
Tisk.
Anyway, like I was saying, from my understanding, that these weren't actually undead. They were, or we think they may not be undead. Maybe they're infected because our elf friend told them there was some sort of disease that just like spread like wildfire through his tribe.
Hmm.
And when we it was literally like a plague ship when we got to the village, because there were like houses marked with X's, and we had to improvise. And the task that we were given was to help find the infected, to not only to put them to rest, but to keep them from spreading whatever this disease is to other Vraji, other elves.
Indeed. Yep. You guys and
I think there were only like 8 people left.
yeah, there's literally there's less than 10, and they are all women and children and old people. So they are not of able body to help. And your guardian friend, Andel, he said that he cannot leave his settlement. Like the furthest he could have gone from the settlement is to see you guys, because he was out tracking them. So he comes to you guys and says, "Okay, I can't really offer that much. I can offer some help, but I need you to dispatch what remains of this, and potentially." He did softly imply that you find the source of this and destroy it, but that's not what you agreed to do. You agreed to put these blighted creatures to rest. That's what you agreed to do. and that's exactly what you're doing, and that's exactly what we'll pick up. So, at least
Do I
go
get
ahead
a
and
hero
do
point?
Yeah, you get a hero point. I should penalize you the hero point because you couldn't remember his name.
No.
I'm not that mean. So the three of you are resting. You've rested for a good few hours now, enough to patch each other up and be in good shape. I'm not going to have you make any first aid checks or anything like that. We're just going to start completely fresh. I'm not going to penalize you guys for what happened last session, mostly because I don't recall. So, or recall what you guys' hit points were, rather. So, not relevant. But you guys pick up in the tent. And what are you doing now? What are you doing during your like brief little stint of having time to yourselves after you guys have patched each other up?
I remembered my bird's name, by the way.
What's your bird's name?
It's Olsgolon. Olsgolon.
That would be helpful if I actually like had the. I was like actually typing out the name. So.
Okay, fine. I'll just send it to you.
Thank you. Doing many other things. Thank you. Like I said, what are you guys doing?
I think right now he would try to be Ezros would be trying to like make sure that every single wound is patched on him and Omni, what's your character's name? Omni?
You're
You're
muted.
muted, my friend.
You're like actually muted on the video.
Son of a gun! No wonder everyone's talking over me.
It'll happen.
Vidos is his name. I changed my name in the Roll20 to that, so it should be easy to spot.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Making sure that him and Vidos, because they both got hit.
Yeah, you two were the only ones that did end up getting hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Crossbows
didn't
have
take
some
any
advantages.
damage.
Yeah.
You hear him? Okay. In that case, Alira, what are you doing?
I think Alira's gonna do a little bit of shit disturbing.
Nothing new.
In the sense that she's gonna go poking around the edges of the settlement around dawn.
Typical Hirachkin behavior.
What? She's like looking for tracks and evidence and like.
I know, I'm just being a smart ass.
Yeah, and she's also curious. Since we're kind of way out in the sticks, she's also gonna search for animal life and seeing if this disease is warding off the local wildlife.
Okay. Trying to think what would be a good check for that. Other than, I guess search would be just fine.
Search using nature or survival.
Yeah. Nature would be more appropriate.
Yeah, this will be a D20.
So are you trying to identify something in nature, or are you trying to track something?
Yes.
Pick one.
Yes. I'll start with the identification, and then like if I can find anything of note, I'll start looking for things.
All right, let's do nature. Also, are you trying to move? Are you trying to move unseen? Like, are you trying to do this sneakily to like where the other Vraji of this village don't know that you're doing this, or what are you doing?
Yes, I don't want them to.
Here, what's your stealth modifier? I'm gonna roll this in secret.
+2.
Okay.
In secret, clatters on the microphone.
I mean, you're not seeing the roll. That's.
Yeah, that's fair. It's a 22 for my nature check.
Okay. You're able to identify that this whatever this phenomenon is, it is like making wildlife scarce. Not flora, but more so the fauna side of things. I think that's correct. Fauna being animals. I'm not a biologist.
Yeah.
Flora, flower. That's how you remember.
And fauna,
You got it.
animal.
fawn.
I heard a
the deer.
puppy.
Think of fawns as
Yeah.
I want
The
to see the
puppy
puppy.
whining.
I want to
I
see the
got
puppy.
a puppy behind me.
Dexter, come here. I don't know if he'll jump up here or not. He's a big boy, and I don't want him to knock over my green screen.
Destroys your camera.
That's fair.
I'd cut to
But
the
he's
air,
here. I
so-
can grab his tail. Yeah, you saw his tail.
I saw a puppy dog tail. What kind of dog
Yeah.
is
There
he?
you go.
Cal
Precious.
cameo. Okay. Red's hair is majestic. Thank
blessed.
you. I look like one of the elves of Rivendell. Just so you said you got a 22 in nature. Like I said, the wild, like the plant life, the flora isn't super affected by this, considering a lot of it's just like fungus and it feeds on decay anyways. So a lot of the things dying around here are actually just feeding back into the cycle. So fungus is probably a bit more prominent than you're used to. In that regard, there's a lot of edible fungus too. But you don't really see many animals at all, save bugs, insects, those sorts of things. Maybe some carrion birds here and there, but maybe another like pestilent animals like rats and stuff like that making their way about this. Muskrats, like swamp rats.
Mm-hmm.
Big, nasty, muddy potatoes.
Muddy potatoes.
Not wrong.
So can I identify any larger animals other than like vermin and bottom feeders?
No. There are no where you would expect to see deer, bears, maybe even elk. No. Even predatory cats. Dog, why?
I need to see the doggy.
Dexter,
I would like to see the baby.
come here. I don't know. No, he just wants Bud's pats. That's all that he wants.
He just wants pet. He just wants pet. What
Yep.
kind of dog is he?
He's a husky pit bull mix.
Aww.
There you go. That explains the vocality. What a
Yep.
sweet dog.
Chompy.
Most dogs learn how to understand humans. Some dogs attempt to speak to humans. Sweet baby.
Why
My dog does neither of them.
And huskies don't care if you understand or not. They're just gonna sing.
Yep. He only whines when he wants something, so I don't know why he's whining.
He wants to be on camera.
Yeah.
There he goes.
All right. So at least what's your passive? What's your perception DC rather?
My perception DC is 16.
Somebody's watching you.
Gulp. Okay. Can I get my bird to perhaps find them?
Find who's watching you.
Yes.
You recognize his silhouette. It's Ondel. He's literally just watching you and observing you, like trying to figure out what it is exactly that you're doing. We lost Skag. Skag, yeah.
You are now unmuted, sir.
We can't hear you.
I am no longer muted.
There you
Come
go.
back, boss.
Okay.
I actually have a handout for Ondel now.
Oh,
I'm a good boy, and I make art. I'll show this to the stream.
you make art? Kind of cringe.
I'm an artist.
Damn. Not even gonna show the stream the art that I did for the tokens. Okay.
I literally have.
What? No. Am I crazy? Did I
There's
Yes.
did I miss that, guys?
Yes.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking my other players.
Wait, they're not going to agree with you. They're going to agree with me because I
No,
showed off the
I'm
art.
asking because I don't remember, and I've been here the whole time.
You fool.
I genuinely am not gonna lie. I have been focusing on my side of the desktop this whole time, so I couldn't tell you.
Okay, let me blow up the tokens on the main map screen so the folks in chat can see the wonderful art that Elise did for this campaign. You can already see Elise's token because that's her profile on the overlay, but I will blow
Just
up.
cover up both of our faces on the overlay with the
Yeah, just like cover up you guys' faces. Just like get out of here.
Also, Andel is a gorgeous hunk of male elf meat, and I do love that beard on an elf. It is great. It is a
Male
thing I
elf
wish I
meat.
could see more often.
I like
He is
bearded
quite
elves.
attractive fella.
Yeah. That is a cut of prime rib there. I mean, I gotta admit. It is finely aged steak.
It's like he aged for about 60 years.
Oh,
Yeah, he
dude.
did.
No, don't get Skag talking about dry aging. I'm sure he could go on an entire fucking like seminar about it. I'm a dry age fan. I like
Same.
it. Anyway, you see this handsome hunk of elf meat, watching you from the trees. Like I said, he's just observing you, has a spear in one hand, and just that sort of silhouette, just proud, standing tall, just kind of watching you. Kind of like a parent watching a kid like go into the swimming pool.
Okay.
And by
Okay.
Red Earth Majestic, thank you.
Okay.
What you thinking?
You can come back to me, because I'm sure the other guys want to
Sure.
do things.
Fellas? Skag already
So-
said that he's like, well, no, please go. I don't want to.
Oh no. So yeah, no. He's gonna be like inspecting the wound and stuff, and making sure that it's like perfect.
As far as you know, it doesn't look infected. With you using your beeswax and stuff like that you've used to seal it, it should be fine for now. Beeswax and bird's feathers.
Should be fine.
Should. Keeping a close eye on it. I'll let you make a medicine check. Recall knowledge medicine.
check. Recall knowledge medicine. All right. What do I have in that? +4.
+4. Okay.
Oh, that's a 20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Wow. Okay. So
Nice.
you've dealt with wounds like this before. Your grandmother taught you how to deal with these sorts of things, especially to keep things from getting infected. Because getting infected in a humid, damp, muddy place like a swamp is pretty much a death sentence if the wounds aren't treated correctly. Everything looks to be on the up and up. And if there is something, if you got hit with this blight, you're not feeling it, and you are almost 100% sure that you're not going to be feeling it. You got that good immune system. You got the good humors. Actually, no. And matter of fact, you're probably inspecting your humors. You're probably like coughing up stuff and like drawing blood and like making sure that everything like looks okay, and everything's looking fine so far.
Oh, good. And so, other than that, though, he's gonna go back and he's gonna start making his potions that he can go ahead and make.
Absolutely. And I don't think you need to take you need to roll anything to do that. You just make them, correct?
So it didn't say anything about it.
Yeah, there's like a whole item crafting thing.
Yeah. I just want to make one of each.
One of each.
Just in case. I got 5 different potions that I can make right now.
Wow. Man's got hella potions.
They don't really do much, but they're helpful.
Let's see. So they're found on 244. Take a look. Craft, yeah, it's a downtime. To craft an item, you must meet the following requirements. The items of your level and lower. Yeah, it obviously is. See here. You have a formula for the item. You have a formula. You have an appropriate set of tools. I think you do.
Yes. I had to buy them, remember?
That's right. Yeah, you had to buy your
I had to buy my tools.
things for your class that didn't come in your main kit. That's
Nope.
so bizarre.
So dumb.
Rip.
You don't really need a workshop right now. You have a nice little tent. It has a little fireplace and a spit for you to like work on. So if you needed to boil anything or cook anything, put there. And you must supply raw materials at least worth half the item's price. So the raw materials that you need, I don't think your items technically have a price to them, but I'll say a part of your downtime will be literally just going out into the swamp and gathering things.
Yeah.
And question, do you have lore for your current area?
I have lore weather.
Okay. Go ahead and give yourself a custom skill called lore, lore bowl specific to your village and your area.
Okay.
You're not
what
going to
do
have
I-
proficiency in it, but just go ahead and add it to your sheet just for right now.
Okay. How do I add it to my sheet?
So on Path Builder, you can go to add
Yeah.
a skill, and there's a little tab that'll say add lores when you go to your
Okay.
skills thingy. It's on the level up side of things, like when you're actually doing all that stuff.
Oh. Maybe that's why.
What a great time for me to reread the Ardalites. Oh man, you're reading it again? God, I can't believe somebody read my book once, let alone multiple times. That's so flattering.
Always take the. Not there.
I've read it twice. Yeah, that's. You don't have any idea how much that means to me, man. Don't worry, I will be making references to it in this game.
Level maybe.
What's your intellect?
My intellect is a +4.
Okay, so roll a d20 and add 4 to it, and we'll
Okay.
see how well you gather ingredients.
That will be a. Well, I can math 12.
Well, okay.
I can imagine.
You find the things that you need to make, I'll say 2 potions.
Okay, so I can make 2 of the 5 potions that I use?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Let me go ahead and do that then. I want those 2 for sure. Okay, yeah, I'm going to make an antidote and elixir of life.
Excellent. Cool. Downtime activities. Let's see here. It says you must spend 4 days, but I don't think you do that as an alchemist. I think you can literally just make them, if I remember correctly. You have quick alchemy, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
I'm gonna say. Yeah, you can literally just use an action to do it.
Yep.
I mean, it's as easy as that. You create a single alchemical item of your advanced alchemy level or lower in your formula without spending the normal monetary costs. The item has an infused trait, but remains potent only until the start of your next turn. Also, you can just make it as like a quick thing and then throw it.
Yep.
Cool. Oh yeah, you can make alchemical items at no cost. Gain a number of batches of infused reagents.
And the
Reagent
entire
check.
time while he's making these, he's making sure that nobody is trying to get in front of him to view him.
Let's see. Your advanced alchemy level, you can create a batch of infused reagents you spend. Choose alchemical item, blah, blah, blah. Batch of 2 of that item.
Oh, sweet.
For free. So, I think you have to choose I think you're only allowed to choose 1 item, though. You choose an alchemical item of your advanced alchemy level or lower that's in your formula book and make a batch of 2 of them. And that's for your daily preparations.
Oh, then I'm going to do 2 things of the elixir of life.
Cool. Yeah, you don't need to even make a roll for that. That's my bad. That's my misunderstanding of the system. Alchemist is one of the most complicated classes in the game for a reason.
It's fun. I get to
it's
make
cool.
dumb shit.
It's a cool fantasy thing. So yeah, you're literally just like, you take all the stuff that you've been making. I'd imagine a lot of your regents are sort of like same way you get a sourdough starter going. It's just like stuff you harvest from, and then you like feed it something new every day.
Yep.
And then you just like scraping all these things into this big old cast iron cauldron. That's definitely not Vraji. They probably took it from someone.
Well, for him, he bites into the glass as well.
Oh yeah. I see. I got you. I see you. I hear you. Cool. Okay. Yeah, you got yourself 2 elixirs of life, correct?
Yes.
Right on. Okay. And lastly, Vetus, what are you doing with your downtime?
So, first off, since he was pretty severely beaten, I figure he's taken a couple hours, just take it easy, nap, sleep off the worst of the pain. And once he's feeling up to snuff and back on his feet, he's probably going to start practicing for combat. These things have shown they're both agile, surprisingly durable, and that they have the ability to shrug off injury. So he's looking to build up his precision. So I think he'd probably find a stump nearby or something, roll it over towards where his tent is, and start archery practice with his crossbow. Just rapid firing, walking out, grabbing the actual arrows, load them in again, rinse, repeat until he feels comfortable with the skill set, with the skill level that he has.
Sure. Okay. I take it you're not trying to be particularly subtle about this.
Not at all. He's not subtle. He's a war fighter. So where some fighters, they might operate in cities and do more subtle things for mayors or for leadership of towns or even like criminal enterprises, this guy's used to armoring up with a couple hundred other people, all donning and doffing armor at the same time, grabbing swords out of boxes. Like, it is a loud process, and he is not quiet about it. Nothing about Vidas is quiet unless he's hunting. So, yeah. He probably brings out all the stuff he's going to use in like one giant bedroll like wrap, buckled up with belts, and sort of undoes that, lets them all clang into a pile, and then looks through them to find the tools he's practicing with.
Okay. Would you like to make? Tell me, what's your passive perception?
Passive perception on Vidas it's not that great. His passive is 15.
Okay. As you're practicing, and you probably just found a place just a little bit outside of the village just to set up some rudimentary targets with some rotting hay and stuff like that. You feel somebody watching you, but not the same way that you were being watched by like that big hulking elf dude. Like something small.
He's going to. I figure we'll catch him like as he was setting up, and he sort of pulls the crossbow out of the bag, and he slowly turns to look out of the corner of his eye to see what it is. Willing to bet it's probably one of the kids from the town, most likely, or an animal.
You see a small Vraji, and they are just sort of like peeking from behind a bush, and they like lower their head down. You can still see like the tips of their floppy ears kind of like pointing out above the bush. They have sort of ruddy bronze skin, and they're just sort of watching you with these not quite glowing, but almost, you like whenever you take a picture of a cat and like the light hits their eyes just right and it like magnifies them, it just like makes them glow. That's kind of how this kid's eyes are glowing.
God, there's a word for it. I can't remember what it is. I'll find it, but I know what you're talking about. Yes. Cat
iridescence.
Yeah, I think you're not. I know it's a type of iridescence. God help me, I can't remember what it's called. But yes, he would sort of look over lucidium. There we go. It's lucidium. Lucidum is what
that's
it is.
cute. Okay.
It's tapetum lucidum. So he looks over out of the corner of his eye, sort of sees the kids, and with a little bit of a grunt and a smile, he just sort of picks the crossbow up, pulls one of the quarrel bolts up, and loads it in. And he loads up the whole assembly for pulling the crossbow back, gets the handles out, and begins to crank it back and forth. And he's just sort of keeping an eye on them to see how they're assessing him. Are they afraid of him? Are they curious?
Okay. What's your flat intelligence modifier?
Well, he does have a +1. He's not a derp, but he's definitely, that's not his moneymakers here. Not up here.
Understandable. So what I want you to do is make 2 checks for me. Make your perception check to see like if you can get a motive on these kids, or this kid, just a single Vraji child, and make a lore check, which will be a d20 plus your int mod since you don't have Vraji lore yet.
Correct. So this is going to be the first one. This is perception.
Okay.
And this one is the next.
Okay. So with a 9, you don't know what this kid's motive is. With a 15, you know that Vraji children are weirdly deceptive. They're definitely a bit more fantastical than the adults. The adults appear like all live humanoids with long ears, fine features. You know at least that Vraji children are children for a lot longer than humans are children. You're as a human, you pretty much get to you start maturing at like 12, 13, obviously, and you're pretty much a full ass adult by 17, 18, by probably 16 by this setting standards, because medieval shit. And this kid, it sort of dawns on you, this kid could probably be like 50 or 60 years old, and they're still a kid.
I was going to say a little bit of a Grogu situation. Oh, they're in a carrier. Cool. That could mean they're anywhere from 5 to 500, and you'd have no idea.
Exactly. And that's the... You ever wonder why there's so little Vraji? It's because it takes a very long time for them to mature. And when one of them dies, it's a huge tragedy. So you can only imagine that things start running in your head, Vetus, and you can only imagine what anguish Andel is going through right now.
He sort of just looks up and looks directly to where the Vraji child is. It says, "You don't have to hide. I can see you. I don't mind." And sort of just works the winch until he fully knocks the crossbow. Just lifts it up. "As long as you don't stand in front of me when I'm doing practice, you can come out." Shoulders the thing and just aims down, sighting it to make sure it looks good. He's not pull the trigger yet.
Okay. I'm going to jump over to Olira, and then we can come back to that. Olira, where we left off, Andel was literally just kind of not staring you down, but just observing you very vigilantly. They clearly didn't want to interrupt what you were doing. They were just watching, observing. Like when a principal comes into your classroom at school and just like, kind of like, "No, continue, please."
So recapping, there's no like large wildlife and nothing but like scavengers and vermin left.
Yeah, there's literally just the bottom rungs of the food chain that are about things that really aren't worth eating.
So consequentially, that's probably, even though you probably don't want to eat a lot of these critters with the like insects and muskrats and what have you, that's probably all these people have to eat then, since there is nothing else around.
Yeah, they're definitely eating. Yeah, they're definitely eating like shelf fungus, stuff like that off of trees, that sort of thing. It's nutritional to a certain extent. You know that with your knowledge of survival and stuff like that, you know that a living, fully grown person cannot sustain themselves off of small beasts and fungus. Your body will eventually be like, "Oh, this isn't enough nutrition, can't survive off of it," and you'll starve to death.
So let me look through my features and traits.
The age-old story of you being people starving to death eating rabbit.
Yeah. So, level 1. I don't have the feat I was wanting, so I'll just have to survive. Could I spend some more time searching for, like, huntable game for these people? Maybe we could, find something worth hunting, and so our party can get a decent meal, and also the people of this village can get a decent meal.
You know without a doubt that you're not going to find anything like that. You rolled well on the first time, and you're going to have to go like miles away from where you are right now to even like have a chance of finding something like a good snake or a sizable lizard.
Okay.
Or I guess you could eat the carrion birds. They don't got much meat on them. They're very lean birds.
I'm just thinking about I guess there's nothing we can really do for this right now. We're gonna have to make a special trip, I figure, to get what we need.
Yeah, but again, you're not here to sustain these people. You're here to...
Yeah, but we're eventually gonna starve to death too, is the thing.
Well, I don't think a lot of you planned on staying here for very long in that regard.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like we don't know how long this is going to take, and with that in mind,
Everybody check your inventories and let me know what your rations are.
I don't think we have a lot. Let me see.
Usually about 5.
It's 2. In Pathfinder,
In the
it's
starting
2.
kit?
In Pathfinder, it's 2.
Okay.
Gear. I guess that would be in gear. Yeah, I have 2 rations.
Okay.
So, is that by
I'm not gonna-
meal or by day?
I think it's daily. Like, you have that much daily rations to expend.
Uh-huh. Well, Alira's thinking about this because this is what she does for a living.
Right. You have a good 2 days before you start really hurting for food. Worst case scenario, you can kill one of those buzzard animals and tie yourself over. And it's not going to be doing you any favors.
Okay. Well, okay. In that case, yeah, if there's really nothing around.
Indeed. You can probably eat the fungus that Undell says is okay to eat, but again, that'll only last you so long. Plus, his people need to eat too.
Yeah, I know that's. I'll figure something out when we go out on an excursion. Alira's ready to go on that note.
Okay.
So she'll be heading back to the village.
Okay. In that case, I'll jump to Skag. Skag, you're just sort of like mixing up things in this cauldron that's just inside the tent with you. So you're just like, okay, I'll take advantage of the tools, and makes things a lot easier for you. And you see, you hear like a gentle rustle from the tent flap before this elf lets himself inside, and he just like sniffs and like cranes his head over and sees what you're doing.
He's gonna like make sure that he tucks his head underneath if it's Endo even further.
Yeah.
I can't help you right now. I'm busy.
What is it that you're making there?
I forgot that Skag was doing that voice.
Catch you off guard.
I'm making potions.
Potion. Are you an alchemist?
Yes. Is it that obvious?
Well, I don't know of anyone else who makes potions.
You don't have one here?
We do. He's quite old. He's only able to make simple things nowadays. Things to ail the children when they get sick. Hi, Fen.
You have more sick people here then?
Say that one more time.
You have more sick people here then?
No. Sickness is that, but common is a cold, fever. Not what we've seen recently.
The sweats?
Hidden up.
I'm not. I can help maybe a little bit, but I can't really do much.
I could not ask of such a thing from you when I've already requested a dangerous task to be carried out in your name. Your companions, where are they?
Do I hear the thunk of the arrows?
How far away did you go, Vetus? You're muted again, by the way.
Glad I was muted for that. So that profanity might have actually gotten us kicked. So yeah, no, he absolutely you would have heard him. He did not go far. Like I figure he if he's inside of like a yurt style structure, he just went to the other side of the yurt for this. He's like, he's not anywhere far. He didn't go very far. He's just aiming outside the camp with the understanding there's very few people in this place anyway. Like, what's the point of going into the boonies or way out of the area when there's like 10 people in this village and we can account for each and they're not in line of fire? So
Fucking
you probably
shit.
even heard him setting up with the amount of clanging and heavy equipment that it took for him to get this going.
Fucking shoots Alira as she's coming back into town.
This one. Other one, I don't know. I don't know where Birdland is.
I know where she is.
Birthday.
She's off making prospects. Going to be disappointed.
And what?
There isn't much to eat around him.
Or no shit.
Like raises his brow at you, like,
There's a bunch of systems, sir. Really?
the fungus on the trees, the sand-colored fungus, is good to eat. If you find yourself hungry, that is.
Maybe in a bit. Once I'm done with these potions. What do they look like?
He'd like pull back part of his cloak and open up a satchel, and he'd show you one, and they're just these long, thin sheets, and the ones that he had seemed to be dried. So, and he'd show one to you and like break off a piece of it and offer it to you, and it broke off kind of like how you ever had homemade marshmallows.
No.
So they're like really soft. It doesn't make a sound when it breaks
Okay.
off.
I was thinking like dried seaweed.
Yeah, it would have the texture of dried seaweed. It wouldn't like crunch like it. And
Okay,
he'd offer you a piece of it. I mean, it's mushrooms. You've eaten mushrooms your whole life. It's not anything nasty. It's just you haven't eaten shelf mushrooms before.
Yeah. This just fruit. This is just what you have been living off of.
He'd nod.
So the next closest town with fruit is where?
I'm afraid that would be far to the north.
How many days travel north?
From here to the city of humans, a pod. Perhaps 2 weeks.
I'm going to need a lot of this.
I can prepare that for you.
You have that much to give to us when you already are struggling?
I will make an exception.
Are you sure? I don't want to take away from your people.
I made you a promise, and I'm not going to fall back on it. I will find a way.
Okay.
When your friends are all here, come to me. I shall be near the center of the village.
Near the thracking?
The what? He looked down at you.
The thracking, you know, where the arrow hits the word?
Yes, there.
I feel like this is like the equivalent for like the automatopoeia of like thwack of like an arrow into wood.
Yeah, Fen noticed they put the human in quotations on your thing on
That's
the overlay.
pretty accurate, yeah.
Vaguely. Okay. So, back to Vetus as Dondell departs. The child like approaches, and one thing you know about Elvenkind is until they reach a certain age, and sometimes they never reach this age, they look very androgynous, so you can't tell if this is a boy, a girl, something in between. You're not sure. But they just kind of like approach. They have hair that resembles Ondel's, but it's like darker. You'd imagine that a lot of the people here look like each other for obvious reasons. But this person has much darker, deeper, copper ruddy skin, like I was saying earlier, and they had like this brownish, dirty colored hair, and they're just kind of like leaning on a tree, kind of like bracing themselves in the tree, like they're worried that you're just gonna like all of a sudden whip around and like put an arrow in them, but they're just observing you, and you know enough about Vraji to know that they are very skittish of you, and if not skittish, outright hateful, and vice versa. It goes both ways.
Yeah, my character's not involved. My character hasn't been directly involved in a lot of those conflicts, but he's aware of them, and I'm willing to bet that his. I mean, they do hunt monsters. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point someone tried to contract them to deal with an enclave of these folks. He probably would
Vraji
have
are
passed on that
considered,
particular contract.
in a lot of places, Vraji are considered monsters. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he would have passed on that commission, but he would be aware that it is a thing.
Yeah.
So he would just sort of look at the arrow and look at the Vraji and just, you don't have to worry. I'm not going to shoot you. Honestly, more concerned about the things out there than I am anyone here. And he's gonna fire the thing. And I figure like his crossbow is, it's not a hand crossbow. This is like an arbalist. This is like one of those big, oh, are you carrying a shield? I hope you're further than a foot from it, because it'll probably still catch you, kind of thing. And so this is a monster hunting crossbow, and so he just sort of fires it at the stump, watches it sink in, takes out a small little tool, sort of fiddles with it. So, I'm not good at small talk. How many winters are you? As he's like adjusting the crossbow.
Anglukata?
I'm going to pause for a second as I look very quickly to see. I'm pretty sure I do have one intelligence. What's my, it's in my details. No, I speak high Varashi. I don't speak low Varashi. Oh, shit.
So you do have a plus one to your int, correct?
Single word.
Yeah, I already gave him the language, which is high Varashi.
So, okay. So you have high Vraji and you have
Olvish.
Olvish. So, we'll go Olvish being common in this setting. So, this guy, this child asks you a question, and you have no idea what they're saying. It's like they're speaking, even though you understand like the high Elven language.
Right.
This is a completely different language. This isn't a difference between like Latin and Spanish. This is the difference between like English and Japanese. Like it's just so far apart, far removed from one another that there's no way you could even decipher what they were saying.
Yeah, it's German to English, where it's like there's no fucking way. Like they sure root language might be the same, but damn if it doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah, it's completely far removed. You know, you do understand that they were asking you a question, and it probably was,
what? Do you speak?
Yeah, or do you speak my language?
Yeah, he's gonna pause. Damn. And he just turns and says in high Varashi, which is his accent's not bad. I'm gonna put it this way: he isn't the smartest dude in the world, but what he makes up for. He instead of intelligence, he makes up for it with just dedication. So he's the kind of guy that would have like taken high Varashi, since that's useful for doing research, especially when you're dealing with things that might have been written of only once or twice, and you'll be lucky if you find any texts.
Yeah, high Vraji was a very commonly spoken language a long time ago. It's mostly antiquated and used for research of and stuff like that. Kind of like how Latin is to the Bible. High Vraji is to studying of non-human things.
Which is pretty much why he studies it. So he would pause.
Classic gatekeeping.
Yeah, you gotta love it. And he would speak in high Varashi and say, I'm gonna change the accent a little bit for this. I'm taking a guess you don't speak this language.
A little only. And you can tell they don't speak it very well because they're speaking like wrong tense, but they understood what you said at least to some extent.
He nods. Oh, it's a gateway. How many winters?
$240.
He nods. 240 years old. So that'd still be pretty. Yeah, that's
Oh,
pretty.
okay. Make a perception check to see if you could like try to decipher what they were trying to say. Because
Okay, yeah, there's part of me that realizes like it's either 240s, which is 80, or it's 240, 240.
or it's 42. Said it
yeah.
the wrong way.
240. Fuck, you're right. Damn. All right. So
Make
we're
a
gonna
perception check for me.
Yep, that's gonna be +5 on this one. Hey, 22.
They didn't know how to properly say 42. That's how they're saying 40.
Gotcha. I see. So they did ones and then they did tens. Gotcha. Okay, so he nods.
Went their way.
42. Young. He nods. And then points at himself. 27. And then just to like, he pauses. 27. Just so that they can see the number in sequence and understand it.
It would. I say it. Jeez. They would not.
Yeah, so, and he sort of looks at the crossbow again.
What's your passive perception for me, real quick?
15.
Okay. The small one points at your crossbow. Bow?
Yes, of a sort.
Bow. And they like gesture with their hands like sideways.
Yes, sideways. We don't use our arm for this. And he takes it and holds it sideways and shows like trying to pull a crossbow, like with your bare hands, is about the definition of fucking impossible. And
Double or triple the draw away. Probably double in this era. But...
Oh yeah, like double or triple. Like even in the old days, like it was not impossible to have a draw strength approaching the high 500-600 pound per square inch. Whereas like now you can have thousands of pounds behind a crossbow easily. And so like those things have higher stopping power than some medium caliber handguns. And so he just sort of like gestures and it doesn't pull. To pull, use chain, and he pulls this little chain up and hooks it onto there. Then he puts it down, puts his foot through it, and then ratchets it to show that the mechanism hits harder for big things. And he sort of draws. He takes the one of the quarrels, flips it around to the back of it, so he's not using the tip, because that's a great way to damage an actual bow or an actual arrowhead. He's just gonna draw the shape of like an elk in the dirt and underline it.
I'll just continually observing. They sort of got over their sheepishness for just a moment before they like approached and like looked down. They like came out from behind the tree to like look at the little drawing that you did.
He smiles. Not artist. Hunter. Wish was artist. Steadier work. And he knocks the quarrel. And stands just a little bit away, so there's no chance, and just funk, and fires it at the stump. Hey, back then you could get good work as an artist. Like compared to, you might have 1 to 2 wars in your lifetime. But if you know a rich person, you probably can get money out of them for a while as an artist. I don't know actually about this setting though. I don't know.
Yeah, depending on where you are, yes, very much so. We're talking about like technologies anywhere between 1100 and 1400.
Oh yeah, that's like perfect. That is.
If you're doing religious
condition art.
paintings,
Yeah,
oh yeah, you're gonna make hell of money.
yeah. Get to know the Pope, get fucking rich. Basically, rule of thumb
Step
for
one,
artists.
know the Pope. Step two,
Step
Profit.
one, get to know the Pope. Step
Profit.
two, get money from
be
Pope.
profit.
Step three,
With a
profit. Step four, suffer because Pope wants you to work for them forever. Yeah.
At least
nice
you
outfit
have,
there.
yeah, you have work.
Yeah. Job security, right?
Yeah, and you probably don't have to worry about like being sent to war or anything like that, because who's gonna like paint the war if you're at war?
I'm just gonna say, if you're positioned well enough where you can literally draw the Pope on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, and then as a spite move replace his dick with acorns and every acorn in the picture with dicks, you might be safe in your employment. Rule of thumb.
Did Michelangelo actually do that?
He did. That is actually
Oh my
a thing.
god.
If you go, genuine, fun little thing. One, any of the orbs all over that thing, they're actually a reference to the Pope's family, whose symbol was an orb, which is literally means balls. That's literally how base it was. Two, their other family emblem was an acorn. So he intentionally went through, and every exposed penis he could find, he made as small and acorn-like as possible, and every acorn as phallic as humanly possible. He
Jesus
did so
Christ,
because
I
he
did
was
not know that.
intentionally trying to piss off the Pope.
Artist.
Rest well, Michelangelo.
Yeah, fucking king.
So yeah,
I did not know that.
it's fantastic. So yeah, he fires the crossbow, and then when he does, he looks back down at it and realizes it's not drawn. There's no chance this kid's gonna hurt themselves on it. And he holds it out to the kid. Do you want to see it?
The kid would nod. This kid is probably like 4'6", 4'7" child.
Yeah.
They would take it into their hands, and it was obviously a little heavy, and they almost dropped it, but they were being very careful not to. It's the last thing you want to do. I'm sure you guys have all been like in that situation when you were a kid. Somebody like hands you something cool, and you almost drop it, and you're like panicking, trying not to drop it because you don't want to ruin it.
I'm pretty sure he would chuckle and then just reach over to take it and just go, "It's fine," and just let it go and just let it land on the ground. It's built to fight. It can handle children's hands. He holds it over.
I'd take it and try to like hoist it up. I'd imagine a crossbow, the wood, and then the metal bow would probably be 4 or 5 pounds, so not super heavy.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't be struggling to hold it up after they got a good firm grip on it. They would just be like looking it over, and they'd like try to pluck the string a little, and obviously it wouldn't budge at all. I think it's odd as taut can be.
And Vidas is like strength 18. So like
Yeah,
even
no
he
issue.
would struggle to draw one of these things by hand.
It's a child's strength 8. Like
Yeah,
every
like-
every day.
Maybe a nat 20 or something.
As
Invention.
the child's like looking over the crossbow, somebody is approaching, and it was on Dylan. He wouldn't be sneaking around. He'd make his presence known. Corrupting the children with human technology, I see.
Just satiating childish interest. From what I've seen, your people's bow work does not require such primitive tools as this.
He'd nod, and the child would like look up and look like worried, like, "Oh no." Oh hey Al, what's up, fella?
Yo.
Shout out to Al, by the way. He literally edited my book. Like,
Oh,
like,
nice.
huge shout out. Huge shout out to Al. Great, awesome dude. If you're not already following him, he releases awesome stuff. If you're not already reading his freaking books, you should, because he's got a series.
What is that series called, if I might ask?
Don't you worry, I'm pulling it up right now so you can find it.
Beautiful.
Right
Thank you
to
very
Twitch
much. I
account.
appreciate it, Alan.
It'd be the Voidbringer, but Voidbringer campaign. And I believe it's up to 5 books now, isn't it?
Oh man, I'm following right now on Twitter. I'm gonna absolutely follow on Twitter.
All 5 done.
There
Hell
we
yeah.
go.
So you got an entire series to read, so I'll get to it, folks.
Hell yeah. Perfect. Okay, yes, I keep seeing you pop up, and I just have not gotten around to fixing that. Oh, good. I have followed. Good.
I was gonna say, yeah, we've had him on for Writer's Block. It's been a while. It's been like a year, but we.
That's
did have him
right.
on one
We have. Yes.
Cassie.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, we're followed. Good. Damn straight. So I'm suddenly writing all these TTRPG models. Oh, nice. Yeah. Perfect.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, he would look up to the this slightly shaggier but surprisingly well kept elfish beefcake and sort of nod. So we didn't ask, but I figure I should ask directly. You want us to help you put these creatures to rest. And you mentioned how many there are. Do you know where they might be? Is this going to be a hunt? Or is this going to be a journey?
I reckon it'll be a hunt. He'd say as he looked down at the child. Undertake. And the child would nod and they'd like gently set the crossbow down on the ground and they'd scurry off.
I think he would just sort of wave idly as the child leaves. He'd reach down and grab the crossbow by the handle on the front of it. Set it down. Well then, I suppose we're going to have to get to it as fast as we can. I know you're probably willing to put us up for now, but with all due respect. And he begins to ratchet the crossbow. I'd rather not draw on your limited resources as much as I can. I seek employment from the wealthy, not from those who are struggling to fend for themselves.
Your friend, the Ungrat. How do you say in Ulvish?
I wish I could tell you. Their kind are exceedingly rare from what I recall.
And
Very, very rare.
the horned one.
Oh, the one with the bird, yes?
Yes, the Ungrat.
And he just pauses like, really? And it's an internal, like a little internal monologue. The next time someone asks what language to learn, the academic or the practical, choose the practical.
Don't worry, the academic will come into play.
I know. Olira was her name. Was their name, as I recall.
Leah, she should be returning shortly. Your strange, small, alchemical friend. They are nearly finished with their brewing. We shall set out soon. You shall set out soon.
He nods.
He'd say that kind of regretfully, like he wanted to go with you, but he genuinely couldn't.
He nods and then looks. You're doing something important to your people. I'm happy to take up a small task so you can handle the bigger one. He lifts the crossbow and sort of looks at it and takes it and like puts it onto the back. And literally the back of his, underneath his cloak, he has like a series of locking clip harnesses on the belts that run across his chest for the different weapons he carries. So he just sort of can lock it in with a button with like the press of a small like metal sliver sort of disengages it. And he just locks it into place. I'm sorry that your people are a quarry now. I hope that changes in time.
So too do I. Later we shall leave this place. I'm not sure which. Regardless.
I don't know how else to put it, but I do want to make this clear. Most of my people are obviously concerned with those who don't look much like themselves. Humans are slow to learn about many of these things. I am human, but I hunt monsters, not people. You are people, and I want you to know where I stand on that.
Make a diplomacy check for me.
Sure thing. Flat dice, baby. Let's go.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Question: are any of us charismatic?
Oh no.
Oh
I have a +1 to charisma.
Oh boy.
Guess who's
You-
the most
You might be
charismatic
our
out of
party
everybody?
bard.
Oh
Um,
no, with a +1 to
boy.
charisma.
I'm going to have to give you guys an NPC that'll speak for you because you seem like a bunch of.
What? I mean, an NPC that is talking to itself.
Oh boy. He did roll a 13. So
He gives you a nod. He understands what you're saying and he believes you, but I mean that doesn't really like change his outlook on things. It doesn't make him smile or anything like that. He just understands.
yeah, no, I figured. He nods. All right then. We understand each other. That's all I need. And he just reaches over to the rest of the satchel and starts putting the other weapons away. So probably stopping at the big spear he has, and he's gonna wait for everyone else to show up.
Okay. And okay, yeah, we can. So you guys are all going to meet up. Andel's going to probably. Alira, what's your passive perception? 17?
16.
16. Andel's going to unintentionally scare the shit out of you. He's going to step out from behind a brush or a bit of brush and cross paths with you. I was looking for you.
That she was just like really lost in thought about what to do about the food situation, and
Thank you, Neris.
what? Oh,
Hydration check.
thank you.
Thank you, Nary.
That would make her jump back and kind of like fall back into a tree, and she'd reach for the scimitar on her hip, and
You
then
just be-
realize it was just him.
Yeah, he'd just be like holding his spear sort of idly, like planted in the ground like a walking stick. Forgive me, I didn't mean to startle you.
You couldn't have said something.
Suppose I could have.
But you didn't.
I asked forgiveness.
What do you want?
I want you to come with me. Your friends are ready.
Alira would straighten herself up and brush herself off and give him an acidic look.
How do you say on grot? Your tongue.
Say what?
On grot. What you are on grot.
That sounds like an insult.
It is what you are on grot.
Narrow eyes. I wasn't convinced.
Poel on grot. He gestured to himself when he said Poel, and he gestured to you when he said on grot.
Oh.
You wanna... What's your intelligence?
12.
Do you happen to know Vraji?
No.
Okay.
No, she knows Harashkin and Ulvaj.
Okay. You know what he's meaning. He's meaning like you're a Harushkin, and he's asking how do you say Harushkin in your tongue?
Yeah, no, I gathered that. She gathered that, rather. She'd purse her lips. Do you mean hype trot?
I've trot. On grot.
I don't particularly care for that word.
You're almost 100% sure it doesn't directly translate to hive trot. It probably translates to something else, and he doesn't even realize that it might be derogatory.
Oof.
We'll just have to find out.
Maybe I don't wanna.
That's fun. He's leading you back. Is your bird with you? Your bird just like on your shoulder?
Yeah, I got the burb.
Yeah, he's just like cleaning your hair, like, picking through it.
Yeah.
Bird things.
She'd like reach up and kind of like wave her hand at him, like stop, because little beaded accent that she has around her forehead.
That's what you get for wearing jewelry and having a bird.
That,
All right,
that,
so
that is not for you. Stop that.
are you speaking to me?
Oh, she's speaking in Harushkin, so he couldn't understand her. Just
Oh,
kinda,
okay. It just,
yeah.
okay, you instantly figured that you're talking to the bird, then. Okay. He would lead you back to the group, and all three of you would sort of meet at the tent. Excellent. Leaving the village north, somewhat west, mostly north, there is a dried riverbed. It is full of leeches in water. It's muddy. It hasn't flowed with water from the sea for decades. But there you will find a bridge, decrepit, human in design. Cross it, and you shall cross into their territory. From there, I cannot lead you any further. I do not know what lay beyond, but I know where it come from. And into those woods, into those burrows and swamp, the bog, that is where you will find the source of this. And what remain of my kin.
So, the Esros is gonna take out his map then, and see if he still has that area, like, on the map from his grandma, or if it's not there.
Okay. Make a, I believe that'd be a survival check to like orient yourself and know where you're at.
Okay. When can I use hero points?
Whatever. Whatever you want to reroll.
I'm gonna use a hero point for that.
That's fine.
That's way better. That is going to be a 18.
Okay. You know where you are. At least relatively speaking. Like well enough to where you're not going to like actually be lost anymore. So you know that you're heading towards a place that is actually considered ruins on your map. So you're actually heading towards what appears to be a ruined human village, which might find out why it is ruined in the first place.
And
Intriguing.
so Ezros is gonna like tip his map and flip it over to Endel and say, there, and point to it.
He craned his head forward. Prodigious elf. Nearly, did I tell you how tall he was?
No, I
No,
don't
but
think
I'm
you do.
curious.
You've just been mentioning
I'm
that he's
tiny,
big.
so.
He is tall, he is lithe, he embodies the intimidating stance of a Vraji. He is nearly 7 feet at his height. And he like, he's gonna have to take a knee and like squat down and like see what you're pointing at. If we are here, he'd move his finger just a little bit further down the map. We are here, then yes, whatever that is on your map there, that should be where this is coming from. As I said, there is a bridge that crosses that way. That is how you will know you are in the right direction. Humans build their settlements near large waterways, yes? He'd look over at Vetus.
Often, it speeds trade, makes it easier to acquire what's necessary.
Also a soft implication that he knows that Ezros isn't exactly human, so that's why he was asking Vetus.
They were human-ish once.
Then there you shall go. I will await you in your return. And if you are gone for longer than 3 days hence, I shall come and see if I cannot find you. Or I shall assume that you are dead.
I think we'll be fine.
I have faith in you. You seem competent. Just more. I don't know about this house.
Vidas gives you this look of pure, like, don't fucking push it, bug.
Bug boy. Regardless, is there anything I could perhaps provide of material means?
If you know, like, spots for other herbs.
You
Or
know,
maybe, like, medicinal stuff.
he
Along
gestured
the
to your
trail.
map, kind of like asking if you could take it.
Hand it over.
He'd take it, and he'd pull open like one of these little clay vials on his hip, and it had this little like pigment. It's like a dark green, kind of bluish pigment. And he dabs his pinky on it, and he just starts like poking little spots all over the map. These places are fertile with ingredients for the things that you may need to make. So says the old alchemist, shaman in our culture. So you have a bunch of places that you're gonna, if you go there to looking for specific things, you're gonna have yourself a good old circumstance bonus.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yay.
So I'm guessing the place where they're pointing at, where the map was pointing, is where I'm highlighting. Currently, right
Let
around
me
here.
move over to that map. Do that for me one more time. We are talking right. I can just draw a circle right here.
Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, I see it. Yep, I see it. Aha! That's awesome. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right next to Bull.
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 Do you need any iron dot? He'd like gesture with his hands like arrows.
Oh. He looks over at Alira to see if they need anything, but he's got a quiver with 30 quarrels in it on his back. So
I was gonna say, and if you tried to put a regular arrow in a crossbow,
It doesn't
I think
work.
the thing would explode.
yeah, no, that's a great way to break an arrow and probably put an
Just
eye out.
snap it right in half.
You'll
Fucking
put
go
your
flying
eye out.
right back
too.
out.
Yeah, usually like about this big, honestly.
Yeah, bolts are like pretty thick around. Or would be the correct term.
Yeah.
Weapons, anything. Potables, food.
Portable water would probably be one of the more important things that we need.
Clean water seems hard to come by in this bog. We can find food ourselves.
There are a few streams not too far from what remains of that ruin. It says he looked at the map again just to assure like that's where it was. But I could fetch you some water. It should keep clean, depending on how long you are gone.
Even an empty water skin to fill might not be a bad idea. Thank you.
Have you any water skins that I might fill?
Yeah, he produced his own. It's not. He actually has two of them, so he would produce both of them. One of them's probably empty, and the other one's probably like on the way.
Okay. He'd take both of them.
What was that noise?
It was just offering a water skin noise. Part of his SFX pack.
I see.
He'd take yours. And Alira.
She'd offer hers as well. It's kind of watching him, like, cautiously, like, wondering what he was up to.
This is not going to hurt us.
If I wanted to kill you, I would have done it by now.
No, she's just suspicious of him from,
He sneaks too well.
You could make yourself like a sense motive insight check with perception.
yeah, I'll go ahead.
Since
do
you're a
that.
bit suspect of him at the moment.
She's just
So
suspicious
sneaky
of because he was, like, sneaking around, quote unquote.
It's his home, to be fair. He probably unintentionally sneaks around. It's kind of when you're walking around your house and you just like, like sneak up on somebody by accident. It's like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, my mom does that to me all the time. 16.
He doesn't have any ill will towards any of you. If anything, he feels bad for you and he almost pities you. He's also frustrated with himself that he can't go out and do this, but he knows like the smartest thing is to not leave his people that are literally defenseless, and that you guys are the best bet. And without going any further, because you only rolled a 16, he trying to think of a way to put them. He's regretful that he has to rely on outsiders for help. Not because of pride, but because he doesn't want anybody to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
He'd take your water skin and give you make eye contact with you as you were looking at him. I shall return shortly. I'll meet you on the edge of the village.
It is much appreciated.
He'd nod and he'd disappear into a larger tent that had like a hole cut in the top of it. A teepee style tent, and it had smoke coming out of it. There's a fire going inside, clearly. Okay, and
Alright,
I
then.
think. Did you guys want to roleplay a little bit?
Go ahead.
I'm always down for roleplay.
Please, yeah, you guys are heading to the edge of the village, and once you guys have kind of like concluded your roleplay, we'll cut to our first break.
Roger that. Should we also just sort of look over you and just sort of at the two of you and just go, so are you ready for this?
I mean, it's my first time out of there, so I'm up for whatever.
I don't think we will ever properly be ready for this after what we've seen.
Is this how the entire world is?
What? No.
It is very big and hard to describe in such terms. But if you mean dangerous, then yes, the entire world is dangerous. For the most part.
Awful place.
Wouldn't recommend. 0 out of 10.
Hey, awful. So good. I don't believe that.
Well, my adventure's gonna be really fun, I hope.
Fun? You think this is fun?
It's different. It's different than being around the same sort of people that you see every day.
I know you said 30, but for a second there, I
Sounded
thought
like you said
30.
dirty. That might also be applicable.
That I can understand. People are a mixed bag, as far as I'm concerned. So getting somewhere new, seeing people who you might not have seen before, or just escaping them, preferable than sitting in the same town long enough for people to learn your name. Gets annoying after a time. Unless it's that nice little cottage. That's a nice place.
Cottage. I
Oh,
don't see a nice little cottage.
It's not here. It's where I'm from. From an area east of Karovish, out by the Rota. It's nice. So picked it up for a cheap sum. Unfortunately, when you live, you accrue debt, and it needs paying. So I go out to work. Got to keep that little cottage.
Oh, I don't have any debt, so I don't know how that works.
It doesn't. It sucks. I wouldn't recommend engaging in human commerce if you could avoid it. Just putting that out there.
I have to, Dar, that's the problem.
I am so sorry.
I just try to make friends.
Just don't make enemies.
I don't know. And he's gonna finally look back up at you and blink with his 4 eyes.
He just sort of like looks and just like, there's nothing he can say. Like, what's he gonna say? Like, oh yeah, you'll do great. I'm sure humans will totally be down with you. It's not like I don't know exactly what they do in this circumstance. This is literally like a space marine talking to a Tau during peacetime and being like, yeah, so we fought well together. Yeah, we did. Man, imagine what else we'd accomplish. Space marine, like, 3,000 years worth of PTSD, xenophobia. Yeah, imagine what can be accomplished. Like, he's trying his best to let you down. Easy on that.
What about your bird letter?
I have a name, you know. It's not just
It's just bird
letter.
letters is there.
It's Olera.
Alera. I have to remember this.
I do that too. Usually just in here.
What about me?
I have to remember the name?
No, you were asking about me. What?
Yeah. Is there part of the world like this too?
Like mud and stink and disease? No. No, we stay up in the northern plains.
It's pretty.
It is. It's very pretty. It's. Not this time of year. Everything's dying, and it's cold. I don't think you'd like it very much.
You never know. I haven't really experienced much. All I know is from what my grandma told me.
What exactly are you?
Ugh.
Oh.
I will admit I'm relieved someone else asked that question. I've been dancing around it for a day.
As you're about to answer, Andel comes back with all the water skins full.
Oh, thank you. Are you ready? He's gonna just like start hobbling forward to the line.
I think Vidas gives Olira a look of like, here we go. And just shrugs and takes the water skins with a nod and begins following.
I wish a lot of you luck.
Move it back.
Through those. He's gonna look back.
I pray. Angelo san, Mihak, Unde. Nod.
Would I know what that means?
Do you speak low, Vraji?
Yeah, I speak
Oh.
low, high. I have a fuck ton of languages that I know.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're super fucking smart. That's right. He is saying he's giving you a blessing of Osan, and Osan is you can make a religion check on that. He's saying, go with the world as Osan would will it.
16. Bro, this dice really like 16s. It's kind of crazy. Where's it at? Oh, it's only a +1, so 17.
17. That was your religion check, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Osan is a prominent figure in Vraji religion. He is seen as the second part of the cycle. Osan is a brother of he's like a twin god of another god, which I'd have you make a separate roll for. But Osan is like the bringer of life. He is like the cycle of life. And currently, as far as you know, the world is currently in Osan's cycle. and that means everything is good and it's growing. But honestly, with the way things are, you're not really sure. All you know is that Osan's sister is the one that is the bringer of. She's not exactly evil. She's just the bringer of death, the ender of things, like the grand restart. They're part of the. They're part of a cycle in that regard.
Okay. And he's gonna say back in Vraji his thanks. And much appreciated. He's gonna switch back to I know it's not called common, but you have to remind me again, what's it called?
Olvish.
Olvish. I hope you are ready.
As we will ever be. Thank you for the water.
Of course. It is. It does have some spirits in it to keep it fresh.
Oh, thanks.
I believe humans call it grog.
And I will be right at home, just like I'm walking back in my local towns and cities. Thank you, friend. Then he pauses and looks down at the adorable spider creature. Wait, you speak Lovarashi?
Yeah, I speak a few languages. Now let's go. We don't have time.
You. Okay, and that's where we will cut to our first break. Folks. Folks, stick around. We'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes. And also, I'd like to direct you to the points chat, which I have just added an extra option because of Alec. For 500 points, you can give any one actor flat-footed. So, okay, we'll be right back.
Love it.
Hello, welcome back, folks. Thanks for sticking around. I hope you're having a great time. You're at 12 viewers. Wow. Hey, welcome in, folks. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Hi, Dylan. Hey, man, how you doing?
Hey, Dylan.
Late to the party?
Hey,
Nah,
Dylan.
It's
never
my
late to this
elven
party.
Never.
vampire.
You can't be late to the party, buddy. You are the party.
Hell yeah. I'm saying. Folks, I added at the request of Alakazam, I added a point spending thing to where you can spend 500 points to put flat-footed on any actor in combat, including the players. And it only costs 500, and I have not put a limit on it. The limit, I will say, is if they already have flat-footed, you can't give them flat-footed again. And it only... I'll say that... how do I want to do this? Did the flat-footed last until the end, or the next time they're attacked? I think that's fine. Yeah, flat-footed until they're attacked, and then it clears. So how
Very
about
much
that?
so, Dylan.
I'm your favorite elven vampire. Yeah, hell yeah. Oh, 15 viewers. Wow, hello everybody. Jeez. Wow, so many people in here tonight. Appreciate it. Appreciate you coming out. Davidas. Alright. You're flat-footed on. She said love you. We're already bullying each other. I love it. Okay, so
Real quick.
Love you too, buddy.
Oh, okay, never mind. I couldn't hear Omni. It's good. I can hear him now. We're fine.
Cool. Righteous. Okay, so I'm gonna throw you guys right into it. So you've been traveling for a good few hours. You can't tell what time of the day it is, really. It's just so boggy and foggy. And the trees are sort of like choking out what little sunlight is coming through. So might be noon, might be early in the morning. You're not sure. Thanks for the lurk, boss. So, as you're traveling forth, would you guys like to make exploration actions?
Hell yeah.
Yes, because I need to find those herbs.
I was
Herb
made
god.
for this.
I was made for herb.
I will stumble through it, but I can do it.
All good.
You're a poet and you didn't even know it.
I'm pulling up the exploration mode stuff. So, first let's determine your travel speed. So, you guys are moving through a bog that you are unfamiliar with. You could move at a rate of 25 feet, which would be 250 feet per minute. So, literally just at an average pace that you'd walk in combat, about 2.5 miles an hour. You could go faster than that, but you'd have to start running. So 25 is, let's just assume you're walking right now. So there's a bunch of stuff you can...
Pace.
What's up?
Normal pace.
Normal pace. So there's a bunch of things you can do. There's avoid notice, so stealth check, obviously. Defend, detect magic, follow the expert, scout, search, hustle, investigate, or repeat a spell. And none of you guys are casters, so you don't need to worry about that or detect magic. So.
Okay, so
I'll let
we
you
have
two go first.
directions.
Yeah.
We're
for the
headed
most
toward like a bit like southwest towards this place Bowl. And have we already found this bridge, or are we on the way to this bridge that
You're
we're
on
on
the-
the battle map?
You are on the way.
Well, then why are we on the map?
Oh, yeah. You shouldn't be on the map yet. Don't worry about that. I don't know
Don't
why I
worry
moved
about
you
the
guys
things
over to
that you
that.
see. We see
Pay no-
nothing.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. I don't know why that moved. You should not have. All right.
Well, you're the one who has to move players.
I don't know why I did that. Leave me alone. I make a boo boo and I didn't. All right. So let's just say this is before you get there. So let me get back to this.
Okay. So, all that being said and done, I'm still gonna look for those stuff.
Mm-hmm. So that would be a search.
Search. So survival or let's see, search.
Let me see. Oh, actually, I guess investigate would be appropriate. You seek out information about your surroundings while traveling at half speed. You use your call knowledge as a secret check. Discover clues. Search is also for hidden doors, hazards, etc. So you're sort of looking for something you already know is there. So I'll say, just go ahead and make a search check.
Search
Or
check.
seek.
Is that
Your perception.
perception? Okay. That will be a 22.
Okay. You do find one of the patches that the elf was talking about. Of course, now you're moving your travel speed down to half, which is whatever. Yeah, I mean, you should be moving slowly anyway. Granted, you don't know the terrain very well. So yeah, I'm assuming you're going to take some time to start gathering those things.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up to the other guys, and the other two, and say, "1 moment, please." As I hop down.
Okay. All right, so you guys are currently stopped only for like a short amount of time. What are the two of you doing? What would you guys like to do for your exploration actions?
Go ahead.
Later
Emily.
in Vetus. What'd you say?
I said, go ahead, Omni.
Okay, I was going to let you two set the tone for this, because this is the part where Vetus is basically...
Oh, okay.
He's basically muscle, so I can tell you he's probably just going to scout. But what are you guys doing? Because that'll change my mind.
I'm gonna take a search using survival to search for tracks of larger creatures. So, food type creatures.
This would be seek.
Seek with survival.
Can you use survival?
Or I
seek?
guess I could use perception.
I think seek is specifically a perception
let me pull
check.
up survival. Foraging for food, building a shelter, discover the secrets of tracking and hiding your trail.
Okay.
So, would you prefer perception or survival?
Survival, since you're trying to look for food. I take it.
Looking for tracks.
Tracks. Okay, that would definitely be survival.
Oh no. It's an 8.
Not finding any tracks. It was very much fresh rain at some point. And if there were any tracks, they are long since wiped out by the water.
Alright, well, that's me. Olir is just looking around and doubling back and getting frustrated.
Alright. I figure that probably while, at the moment, our little arachnoid friend is digging around for herbs, and you're going about looking for tracks and trying to get the lay of the land, I think Vidos is not the kind of person that's so interested in the terrain as much as he's interested in primarily what's in it and what he needs to kill in it. So he's going to be using the scout function of the exploration rules. Primarily the quote, I'm just going to do this is appropriate. You scout ahead and behind the group to watch for danger. I imagine they meant to put 4 in there, but to watch
Scout
danger.
You scout ahead
moving
and
at half
behind the group
speed.
to watch danger. Yeah, I guess.
Only
I guess
to, clearly just to watch it, you know? I mean, who doesn't
watch
like a little
danger.
danger on late night TV?
Binoculars, just looking at it.
Just like I watch a horde of orcs move it up on you guys with binoculars, like, yeah, that's dangerous.
Fuck that guy.
So yeah, no, he will be scouting. I figure for him, like, his version of scouting isn't I'm gonna beat around the brush and go all around doing like a search. No, for him, I figure what he's gonna do, find a rock or relatively large like tree that's not super high that forks up that he can just clamber into, lean against one part of it, pull one of the crossbow quarrels into his crossbow, and just kind of watch from there. And just sort of cast his eyes around, basically looking to see if there's anything he might want to kill on Overwatch, more or less.
Okay. Let's see. I don't think you roll anything.
No, it's just a thing. It's just concentration.
So everybody has a +1 circumstance bonus to their initiative rolls.
Yep.
You're traveling ahead of the group, so you're ahead of everybody else.
Yeah. Like I said, I figure since we've already got two folks kind of split off in separate directions, I figured just finds a big forked tree somewhere between the two of them, steps up into it, pulls the crossbow, and is just kind of doing that like, yeah, I'm on guard duty kind of thing. Like, honestly, if you were in a watchtower, it would pretty much look the same.
Okay. Oh, okay, that'll be you guys' first round of exploration activities, quote unquote. So, in that regard, double checking, making sure everything's good here. All right, so as you scout ahead, Vitas, can you make a perception check for me?
Heck yeah. It's going to be over here, so this is +5. Let's go. 19 collective.
Okay. Let me check something here. Yeah, no. You see a couple of these, like, weird, mangled-looking, corrupted things, blighted creatures, former elves, whatever you want to call them. They're just sort of, like, waiting around. And you can see the bridge from where you're at. And you can see them sort of, like, almost guarding the bridge for whatever reason.
Interesting. So they're just staying there. They're not advancing on us.
No, they seem to be looking around. They're not super vigilant. They're kind of fidgety and twitching and stuff like that. But they must have heard you guys at some point, but they don't currently see you.
All right. I figure at this point, the obvious question from me is, are these guys in crossbow range?
What's your crossbow range?
That's a great question, and I wish it would tell me that a little more easily. Hold on. Just looking down at equipment, at the weapons.
Brave words for somebody in stabbing range.
Usually crossbows, as I recall, have a moderate range. Okay, so the million half-melee weapons. Glad I know what the field off is. And crossbow. 120.
So what's your range?
120.
125, you said?
120 feet.
120, okay.
Yes.
You're a bit out of range, but you're sure if you get a little bit closer and you do some, and you can convince the group to sneak with you that you can get a drop on these guys.
All right. Can Vidas do a? Can Vidas use his knowledge of nature to try to alert his party without alerting these things to let them know, like, hey, form on me? I figure like kind of like a whistle kind of thing where he's trying to sound like a bird, but to them they'd be like, oh, that's clearly Vidas's voice, not some fucking like random songbird.
Okay, well let's first make a nature check to see if you actually know a songbird song.
I actually am not terrible at nature, so
Yeah, this goes then.
You're gonna get attacked by my bird, by my hawk.
He's a +3 at it, so he's proficient. He's just not particularly bright. So
Okay, recall Lauren, you got a 12, you said?
yeah, 12
Okay.
collective.
And now go ahead and make your, I guess this would be a deception check?
Okay. Well, that's going to be way more risky. Okay. That's a 7. I'm going to re-roll that with a hero point. There's an 11.
There you go. You're a gas station. So Alira, stupid. Alira and Ezros, you hear a call from a bird, but it's not a bird. You've never heard a bird sound like this before.
With a vaguely Russian accent.
Blat, blat.
Blit, blit.
So, you can tell it's Venus trying to warn you guys about something. I actually wanted you to roll low there on the deception check on me, because if you would have rolled high, they would have just thought it was a bird call.
That's great.
So, Ezros and Alira, you are now wise to Venus, probably trying to call out something to you. You're not sure what, but it is a warning signal, you'd imagine.
Can I make a perception check?
Sure. What are you making a perception check for?
Figure out where the sound is coming from and look around and figure out.
I just told you that you know that Venus
Oh,
is...
okay. Sorry, I misunderstood.
something.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, perception check to figure out why he'd be trying to signalize. Or would that be insight? Same modifier.
It would be the same. Just go ahead and roll it
Yeah.
for me.
16.
16. Probably danger.
He'd be pretty obvious about it. Like, the second he sees you locking eyes or spotting him, he would just be pointing in that direction and just sort of making blah sort of gestures, like something over there, and you pointing towards the bridge.
Oh, pointing towards the bridge. Okay, can I see the bridge from where I am out in the woods?
You're on the ground, so you can sort of see an opening up ahead where there's a lack of copse of trees. But you don't particularly see the bridge just yet.
Alright, What do I got? Stealth check is a bad idea. I haven't been able to train in that yet. Nick, do you remember?
This person. Go ahead. Sorry.
Do you have stealth?
I do. I'm stealth +5, baby.
I should
My
probably
guy.
I should probably change one of my skills to stealth because it makes more sense.
You can retrain during a downtime.
Yeah, I'll probably have to do that when we take a break. Okay. Stealth it is, because I'm not sure what else I could you justify using go unseen for.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your stealth check for me then.
Okay. Ugh. No!
Hero points.
Yeah, I'll use one of them. God damn it, Omni. Why did I let you
Look,
talk
it was a good suggestion. I just
No, it wasn't. Shut up.
Yeah, I'm good fuck. Yeah, no, you think you're being sneaky. That's what matters.
Yeah, she'd be headed towards this this clearing wherever it was, and then she'd just step right on a branch that was hidden under some leaves.
Okay. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna have Ezros do whatever he wanted to do, and then we'll go from there. You're muted.
Ezros is going to climb up out of this little ditch that he was in, gathering herbs,
Mm-hmm.
and see what's going on. And
Hey, thanks for the gift sub.
No.
Appreciate it, Soul.
hey, Ethan,
Aw.
so
Thanks, man.
Aww.
Thanks, boss. Much love to you. Thanks to the lurk as well.
and Ezros is going to do his best job at trying to be quiet. Is that a signal for him? He's gonna look up to shit. I keep on now it's just stuck in my mind, Bird Lady.
When a character's nickname sticks so hard.
Yeah.
It's my name in Roll20.
Is that something for him?
Alira be grimacing as she very loudly stepped on stepped on this branch and look over her shoulder and just nod, like, yeah.
And he'll do the whole hand motion thing and start to sneak forward.
Shut the fuck up!
Well, that hand motion thing, just like you, me, in the door, breaching charge, run in and clothesline everybody. Like,
So
Yeah.
stupid.
And he's gonna go like this and just do the whole sneaky, like, I'm being sneaky.
Make a stealth check.
pretty sure.
I'm gonna use my another hero point on that roll. That's a hell no. Right, that's way better. 17.
17. Okay, so you're out of hero points, but you did.
I am out of hero points.
Okay, so everybody's gonna roll initiative. For those of you that are successfully hidden, everyone except Alira, you may
Oh,
roll.
fuck you.
You may roll stealth as your initiative, and Alira roll your perception as your initiative.
Ooh, that's a nat 20 for a 25.
Oh, nat 20 on initiative. Wow.
I know.
Nice.
I go first. Yay!
Oh my.
Wide are the eyes.
Wow.
I mean, I'm literally in a tree, so I guess that tracks.
in the tree, or in the tree, just how it works. I don't know why I keep making that joke. I don't know how many people are gonna get it.
I think I am the only one, honestly.
That's all right. As long as somebody's enjoying it. Checking here. What the fuck? There we go.
Sorry.
Alright, I was just looking. Alright. Build. Oh my god. Oh my god. I rolled a nat 1 on initiative or something. So let's see here. How's that gonna work? Alright, so the order will be Ag. Or I'll put it in you guys' characters. As Rose. Okay, so it'll be. Edith, what is your dexterity? The actual number.
What'd you say?
I was asking Vetus what his actual number of dexterity is.
Oh, his dex is +2. It's not bad. It's not great.
Wait, what's the number?
Oh,
Actually, let's just do a roll off.
14. It's a 14.
Okay, roll off for me. Just roll a d20. If you roll higher than
Roll
this guy.
off. You got it. Wait. 14.
Okay. You don't need to roll off at least.
Oh,
You got a 7.
okay.
Your modifier's higher. It's
Yeah.
fine. Let's see. I'm just determining the turn order here. Okay, and I'm
Who's faster? Who's faster, Vidas in a tree or a zombie? Cast your vote now.
okay. Now we're on the correct map. This will be the turn order. And I can change the music too. Huzzah!
Yeah.
Battle music.
Oh yeah, we got some cool battle music.
Doom.
Okay. I can reveal these two now. Two fellers on the other side of the bridge. Make the battle map big enough for the viewers to enjoy. Okay. And that'll be Ezros up first.
So Ezros is just going to take his sling out and put a rock in it.
Uh-huh.
And how far are they away?
Let's measure here. From exactly where you're standing, 35 feet. And then 40
Good.
for the other one.
Good, they're both in range.
Damn, the slinger's got a range on it.
Yeah, 50-foot range.
Jeez, for a sling? Wow.
Yeah, so I'm like, damn.
Those things were fucking insane. Everyone always knocks those things. Those things hit as hard as a 22 caliber bullet when they're used properly. Not a joke, not a meme. Those things will fucking
No,
kill
I
you.
mean, why do you think fucking Samson killed Goliath with a rock?
David
It's
killed
like,
Goliath.
Yeah,
whatever
that's
the
my
fuck is
favorite
that?
part about
I
that.
don't
Everyone's like, oh, wow, the little kid killed the big man. Actually, the little kid brought a gun to a fist fight. So yeah, he was
Yeah.
obviously going to win. It would have been impressive if it went the other way.
Okay. And he's going to fling a rock at the one that's a little bit further away.
Okay. Make an attack roll for him.
Ooh, that's a 24 to hit.
24 to hit. Okay. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
That probably won't be a lot of damage. He has 3 points of rock damage.
Rock damage.
damage.
Minus 3.
And
Okay.
that's a rock band.
Yeah, you like spin and like whip it up. What? Did I miss something?
Those are over the garden wall reference.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Thank you. Thank
It
you.
just really took me off guard because I wasn't expecting that.
Does your sling have a reload thing on it?
Let me look.
Fucking Omni.
It should just say like reload 1 if it
Reload
does.
1, yeah.
The
Okay.
damage rocks.
So you use an action to pull it out, you use an action to load it, and then use an action to attack with it. I'm correct.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, so you fling this rock and it goes like soaring over the river and it's like and it like smacks this guy right in the head and just like you hit him right in the brow and he's like and he just like spits out this nasty like vitriol like viscous black liquid.
That was very unattractive.
Poor hygiene. I can't do the Gollum his voice.
No hygiene. No.
Alright, this guy is gonna pull out his bow.
Oh shit! They have weapons.
Yeah, the guys that are attacking you.
Oh no! Never could have seen this coming.
No.
I will say, Vidas, who got peppered by fucking zombie bows last time, is very keenly aware they occasionally carry bows.
Alright, this will be. Okay, Vidas, you are flat-footed. So you are not the one that hit it. So I don't think it would see Azros just yet. Alira is the only one that failed her stealth check. So
Oops.
what is your AC, Alira?
It's a 17.
17.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get hit.
No,
You're gonna take. Let's find out.
I don't wanna.
Too bad. Let's see. 5 damage.
Ow.
You get shot by an arrow. Hits you in the torso area.
Ow.
Ouch. And this guy's gonna get another arrow, and that'll be his turn. Since he needed to load, shoot, load. And that'll be to you, Alira, who just got shot.
Ow. Fuck. Okay. Pain. Agony.
Pain is weakness, leaving the body.
What the?
Bleeding shall continue until morale improves.
Okay, Omni still got me with that rock fact out of the blue. I thought Venus was up in a tree.
I was. I assumed that he seeing all. Yeah, that's
In the
probably
tree?
right.
Part of the tree.
I have become tree.
I agree with the dog. whatever
Me
they say.
too.
Yes.
Puppy.
always a good decision.
Okay. I am going to draw my bow.
Okay, that's an action.
Since I didn't get a chance to do that, I am going to
Remember, it takes an action to command your bird.
yeah, I know. I'm also going to hunt prey on which one shot me?
The leftmost one.
This one?
Yep.
Okay, I'll hunt prey on that one, and then I'm gonna command my bird to attack.
Okay.
So, hunt prey. Let me pull up the rolls for that. Hunt prey. Blah blah blah. I designate it as my prey. And my hunter's edge is is precision. So when I hit something that is my prey, I do extra damage. But obviously I can't attack this turn. But otherwise, I'll just be making an animal handling check. What would you want me to make with that?
Would that be in nature?
Nature check. Okay.
Well, there is I believe nature, underneath nature, there's like a command animal action.
Let me check the actions. Nature. Yeah, command an animal. Yeah, attempt a nature check against the animal's will DC. The GM might adjust the DC if the animal has a good attitude to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna decrease its DC. I won't say by what or what it is, but.
Yeah, I mean that'd be appropriate as
You're literally your friend. So.
Yeah, as I level up. That'll be natural 20.
Okay, well it does exactly what you wanted to do. So please describe what you wanted to do.
Attack. Go burb. Go burb.
Goes flying off your shoulder, takes to the air, and dives in. That'll be its action to move.
Flyby attack.
Is that what you wanted it to do?
What is its movement? 35 feet?
For flying? No, it's 60. Flyby, so it moves and then it makes a strike at any point along the way. So did you want it to make an attack?
Yeah, I don't want it to be left in melee with those things. I don't want my bird to just get hit.
Okay, what's their talent?
Oh, sorry, I was looking at the cat, not the bird. My bad.
Bird.
Let's do Jaws, cause they do more damage. Jaws or finesse.
I'm trying to. Where are their attacks? Oh, they're there. They're above their stats for some reason. Okay. Has proficiency equal to yours, I think.
Yes, and then finesse, so +3, and then +3, so +6 to hit.
So you gain levels, blah blah blah.
And then be a d6 +2 damage.
Yes. Why does it have a +6?
Because it's finesse, so it's +3, it's dexterity, and then plus proficiency, so +6 to hit.
Would the proficiency be? Would be 1 + 2, I guess. So yeah, I guess that would be a +6. Okay, so go ahead and roll to hit.
Okay, that is. Oh, you want me to roll for my bird?
Do you want me to roll for him? I can do it.
I can do it. Just less for you to roll. If you want me to just do my bird rolls.
Contrary to popular belief, I like rolling dice. So.
I also like rolling dice. Oh, natural 20 for the bird! Let's go!
Bird damage.
Which corrupted was that, by the way? Because Alec just flat-footed the top right one.
Oh, it's
right corrupted? Okay, yeah. So the top right one is flat-footed.
Bird damage. Double bird damage.
Bird up.
Bird
Yo,
up.
10 damage.
Yo, that bird did bird.
Damn, bro.
10 damage. Okay. And it takes a persistence. That's only its first attack, too. And it's, You did a Talon strike, correct?
It was a jaw strike.
Jaw.
So the flyby attack is a Talon strike, so let's do that, too.
Oh, okay.
I'll let you do the jaws, it's fine. No
I'm
worries.
sorry. My mistake, I misread.
It's also, yeah, that's fine. It would have been a crit. Okay, that hits.
19, and
So
then...
that'll be a 19 minus 3, it still hit, so you're good. Make your d4.
Why is it -3?
Because you're making multiple attacks.
Oh, yeah, duh. And then 3 from the claws, so a total of 13 damage.
Okay, you want to narrate that for me?
Oh, the bird kills him?
Bird kill.
Bird kill.
Nice.
Okay. What are these things like? Are they intact or are they like decayed, like undead?
They're not decaying. They're like weirdly withered. They're malnourished and dehydrated is what they look like.
Okay. I don't want to get too gruesome, but this bird.
That's fine.
My
This
bird-
is gonna get violent. Be as gruesome as you want.
I was going dive bombs this guy and tears right into his face and latches onto it with his claws and starts ripping at the eye area. And as he flies off, he's got his claws just hooked into his skull, and you guys can like see its head kind of explode from a distance as the bird rips right through its head.
Bird kill. Thanks,
Bird
Neris,
kill.
for the self-care stuff.
Thank you for the hydration check, Neris, and the posture check.
Okay. Is that for your turn?
Yes, Alira actually looks really surprised. Like, oh, good boy.
I want my bird.
Bottom. I like the bird. Let's see. All right, so the second blighted, corrupted fellow is going to make an attack against Alira because she's the only one visible, quote unquote. What's your AC? It's 17.
Yep.
I don't hit on that one. He's gonna draw another arrow and he's going to shoot again. You don't hit on that one either. As turn, Vetus.
So, looking at this, I figure Vidas takes one look at the tree and looks across and just kind of... He debates, would it make sense to get out of the tree and fight, or just stay here from optimal sniping position and shoot? And he thinks for a second how many crossbow bolts he has, and decides, let's try some shooting. And so he takes the crossbow, which he had already knocked, and aims out at this poor schmuck over here. And y'all will just hear a quick thunk as he takes a shot. So here it comes. This is DC plus just a standard roll plus 7 on this. Nice. Gotta love that proficiency
He's also
bonus.
yeah. Okay, go ahead and roll for him.
Oh, okay, sick. 15.
Yep, and he's also flat-footed, so that's consumed. So go ahead and roll damage for me.
Sick. All right, so damage on this thing is 1d8 flat. Pretty sure it's just 1d8 flat because they don't add modifier. Yeah, they don't add modifiers to this. So 1 damage for the first one.
Good chunk.
He's going to spend an action to reload, so his hands just quickly switch back, grab another bolt, knock it, and then quickly locks it back in again and fires with his last action. So this is going to have a minus... Is it -3 or -2?
It'll be a -5. Unless it's
-5.
Agile weapon.
That's right. It's not. So yeah, it's -5. So that's going to be... Okay, so that's going to be +2 to roll. Here, just make sure I got that right. Yeah. Rolling it out. There.
Yep, no, that's not gonna hit. It's gonna go soaring past him and chunk into the ground.
Vidas is going to just sort of look at the thing. Are you sure that you actually got properly maintained? Or did that kid actually mess you up? And he's just going to stow it away. And that'll be the end of my turn.
Ah, yes, Elven sabotage. Okay, it'll be back over to Ezros.
Oh, good. Okay. He's gonna look over to Alira and be like, "Well, good shooting there." And we're going to reload the sling and swing out for a 24 to hit.
Nice. Yep, that's definitely hitting.
Okay, but only actually 7 points of rock damage.
Oh man, you rocked him. Okay. Your last rock was good, but this rock was better. You hit this guy like square in the forehead, and like you see blood and whatever sort of corrupted humors fly out of its nose. It stumbles.
Do not put the bit about them at all, please.
I don't intend to.
Anything else with your turn?
I guess I can move
Move.
to. I'm gonna move over here into the brush.
And the vault. Okay, cool.
Into the thick of it.
That'll be Eldira's turn then.
Okay. That guy's still alive. Unfortunately, I guess I'll move my hunt prey over to this guy, and then, or the other guy, load a arrow, or knock an arrow, and shoot him.
Okay.
So I'll fuck him up. Checking what I'm doing. Oh. Okay. That's gonna be a d20 plus 5. Come here, you. $17.
17 to hit.
Yes.
That hits.
Okay. And then that is going to be a it's going to be 2d8 from my hunt prey precision.
Okay.
Yeah. Hunt prey precision.
Roll for me.
7 damage.
Okay. Describe that to me.
Oh yeah, I killed the other one too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, both kills
Sick.
are mine.
Way to go.
Olira exhales and lifts her bow, and she has actually an asymmetrical longbow. So the bottom half is significantly shorter than the top, and she pulls this arrow back to her cheek and exhales as she releases it, and it sinks right through this thing's middle of its face.
Excellent work.
Nice.
All right.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
All right. So as far as you guys know, you're back to being alone.
Ezros is going to go over to Olira and check her wound. And
She seems to have
go
just
over
been. Yeah, she seems to have just been stuck with like a simple wooden arrow. There's nothing really to it. It was definitely just a regular arrow.
Nothing suspicious about it at all, I'm sure.
Okay. You're going to be fine. Yank.
Ah! Ah! She just turned around, looked down at him. Ah! That's hard.
Nice bedside manner.
I mean, you want it left in? I can put it back.
Try it, little man. See what happens.
So then I won't.
Give me that. Let me look at it.
I know it's on the ground now, so I just gonna pick it up.
Cursing Harushkin.
Yeah, it just looks like a simple wooden arrow. Not as nice as the ones that you fashioned for yourself. You don't think that these things are intelligent enough, whatever remains of them, you don't think they're intelligent enough to be able to, at least these ones, didn't seem smart enough to tip their arrows with anything.
Okay. I'm gonna keep it then. If it's a good arrow, I always need arrows, and it's not gonna be easy to make them out here like this. Fletching is not exactly an easy process to begin with.
Yep. It'll serve you well enough.
I can make better.
What about you two? Are you alright?
I'm gonna give him a thumbs up.
I'm fine.
Do you even have
Feeling
thumbs?
weak.
More like a nub, but sure.
No.
Nub thumb.
I'm fine. Nothing big. He sort of steps out of the tree and walks over. Figure like for him getting out of the tree is take a step, thud, keep walking. So he just sort of puts the crossbow away on his back and clicks it away. Very clearly I need to work on my aim. It has been a time. Nicely done, though. I will admit your bird is quite impressive.
She'd bring her fingers up to her mouth to whistle. Get those glum to return to her.
Meow.
Thank you.
That was the greatest sound effect for something returning to you.
Hey, folks, if you like that, and folks in chat, if you like that, please consider subscribing to get more of it. Thanks.
Meow.
Please make a singing sword that actually does that when it returns to
Meow.
Meow. Makes airplane noises when it's sent to fly out. So you know, just sort of watch it fly by. In the future, if you hear that thing, that is me. That is me telling you there is something likely dangerous. And if you see me, I will be pointing at it to make it easier for you. I realize I didn't establish this. I have a feeling it will be a relevant thing in the future.
I'm sure that this will.
Unless now we have a signal, I don't know if I can do it.
I suspect it will probably be me or likely old Ira who will be doing it more than you.
No.
Can you listen?
He's gonna put his hand underneath of his mask and like finagle around, and there's no possible way. There's not a way.
You don't have lips, you don't have a tongue, you don't have a soft palate or a hard palate, and you don't have glottal stop capacity. Yeah, that's a problem.
No.
Uh-huh. I see. Alright. I'll have to come up with something else for you.
I can do this. And he'll look to the side, like to where they're not looking, and spit acid at a tree.
What the what was that?
I can use that as a signal.
She looks over a bit at us like, what the fuck, did you see that?
Right now, Vidas is literally like a hand on his chin. Like, he's doing what I'm doing, which is just kind of like a... And, like, internally, you can see the gears clicking of, like, am I really sure he's not a monster? Am I really sure he's okay, right? He's okay. It's not a... It's just weird. Just weird. It's okay. He just turns over. I'm going to pretend I didn't see that. I don't know how you would use that as a signal, but sure, if you can be creative at it and not spit it at me, then sure, that's fine.
I can make a tree branch farm, maybe.
Let's just make sure whoever's overwatching has signal. Speaking of, I'm going to take a quick look down at the bridge to see how solid that thing looks, because I'm not going to lie, from where I'm standing, looking at this thing, that looks like that was made by a toddler and their father with, like, no instructions online, and I would not trust either of them on it.
You want to
Rage.
make a perception check for me, or any other check you can justify to identify the structural integrity of a bridge?
I feel like for me it would probably be perception for him.
Do you have lore war by chance?
Annoyingly, no.
What
I
lore
figure
do you
his I figure his regiment is very specifically like monster hunting, so a lot of what I took is nature, occultism, stealth, survival, lore tanning, because I figure, you know, like coming across weird animals and making like armor out of them might not be a bad idea to have. But I figure for him, it's just sort of like, he does have a little bit, he's untrained in crafting, but he does have a +1. So I just sort of assume that sort of goes with the tanning, like he understands how to bake things a little bit. So
Perception or crafting? I'll let you decide.
I'll go with perception because it's certainly the stronger of the two skills for him.
I would imagine.
15.
Not structurally sound. This bridge might have been like a good bridge at some point, but it's been not taken care of. So simple as that. And between this bridge and the other side is about a good deepest part of this river, about 20 feet, very deep river, and it's about 25 30 feet wide, I want to say. So as much as the bridge is about 25 feet wide, so as much as you don't want to use the bridge, it is probably your best bet.
Oh, this looks like a death trap. But okay.
You just gotta step lightly. At least you have identified that it's not structurally sound, so I will give you a circumstance bonus to crossing it.
I'm sorry. So he doesn't stand up and turn around. Might I suggest we go one at a time? And whoever's going, you're going to want this. And he pulls out the rope. And on the end of it, it's like almost a lasso, kind of. So who wants to go first?
I'm probably the lightest. He's gonna look up to oh my gosh, why am I so bad to Vidas? Say, no offense.
No, I definitely should not go first. I am actively encouraging anyone else who is not. He pauses for a second and thinks, way too many stone. I need to get back in shape. You all go first. I'll hold on to this safety rope while you go across, in case you fall. Hopefully we'll keep you from falling too far. We're getting swept downriver.
No, don't make the door swimming, please. I don't wanna.
I don't mind slow.
And so
I'll swim.
he'll go across best as he can.
You will tie the rope around your stomach, around your would that be your abdomen? I guess your abdomen, literally in this case.
Mm-hmm.
Cinch it tight, and he sort of pull it around a tree, so it's kind of lever it. It's kind of got a bit of a lever action going. So if you fall, he's just gonna pull taut and run as hard as he can to reel you back in.
I'd like to let you guys know that falling damage in Pathfinder is a lot more brutal than falling damage in 5e.
We're gonna
Yep.
TPK on a stupid rickety bridge.
This is a 20-foot fall. If you fall more than 5 feet in Pathfinder, you take damage equal to half the distance. So if you were to fall, you'll take 10 damage, and you'll be on your back.
Yep.
Ow.
Oof.
And
Sounds
this
about
river is a muddy, mucky mess, so it's not going to be easy to get out of once you fall down.
Oh, fun.
No, so it's not even a full river. It's more like a mire,
It's-
kind of.
Slush.
Yeah, it's just a mush river that's dried up. But
Ugh. I hate.
That's a terrible way to die.
No. Alright, what am I rolling?
what would you like to roll to cross? Would you like to try to be like light? Would you like to try to move quickly? What would you like to try to do?
He will look at the bridge as best as he can, and he's gonna try and find the strong points. Or the strongest points, and like hop to those.
Want to make a perception check for me?
Okay. Ooh, that's a good perception. Where? Oh wait, that's right. It's at the top. 22.
Okay, I'll give you a +2 bonus to whatever skill you decide to use to get across, because you can find there are some parts of this bridge that are sound enough to where you're sure you're not going to put your foot right through it.
Okay. So that was just to check the bridge out, or was that to cross the bridge?
That was to check it out.
Okay. So +2, you say? To cross the bridge, it'll be acrobatics or athletics?
Whatever you think would be appropriate. But both of those sound good, in my opinion.
Alright, I guess I will use acrobatics because a +5 sounds better than a +2. I am out of hero points. That's an 11.
Oh, is that even after your +2 bonus?
No, that's 13 with my +2 bonus.
You move across just fine. There is one issue, though. As you're moving across, your foot comes off of a board, and you just hear it like snap and fall away. So
Ursa.
you managed to make it to the other side with no problem, though. Other than that,
I do
He's
believe
gonna-
you have increased the check for us, though.
I'm gonna turn around and wipe my brow.
Untie the rope around your waist, so I may use it to assist Lyra. Please.
Untie. Toss it.
Reel that baby in.
as you're watching the rope move across the mud, you see something moving in the bed of the river. Like it just like, you know how when a whale comes to surface and they like, what's that term called?
Breaching.
Breaching, yeah.
When like the water like curls over their
Yeah.
back. Is that breaching?
Yeah,
Yeah,
breaching.
it's breaching.
Yeah, you breach the water.
So it's like breaching the mud. Like something's just like.
I
moving
don't
down
like that. I don't like
Do
that.
not follow them. Whatever you do.
He's just gonna keep drawing it across until he gets to the far end by us, shakes the mud off, and just looks into there. Well, that's concerning.
Do not fall in.
Needless to say, earlier, I'm going to make yours a little tighter, if that's all right.
She's just nod. She's standing next to. I'm gonna have my bird help me.
How is your bird helping you cross the bridge?
Lifting,
Literally have the
flapping.
image of like it's literally like the Fortnite parachute with the bird to get
Yep.
across.
So that's what I imagine too.
I love that.
I'm having my bird help me in the sense that I'm gonna have him help me like keep balance.
Make a command check.
Okay. Bird's just gonna nope the fuck off if I fail. Be like, no, mother, I don't want to help you.
It saw the water and it said, nah, bro, I'm good.
Okay, that'll be command animal.
Yeah, so nature.
Okay.
And you do have the rope tied around your waist. Again, same thing. Around the tree, around his shoulder. If he needs to, he will just haul ass and try to
Okay.
pull you back.
23.
Okay, +2 bonus to whatever check you decide. That would involve something physical.
Okay, acrobatics is what I'm gonna pick.
Go for it. Nope, I did not mean for it to roll over to combat, I promise.
Oh no!
I will admit it's preferable to what I've had in my head. Ever since you announced, I discovered this bird was breaking, my head started playing Astronomica as hard as it could. I have the coffin dance blaring as I imagine you guys strutting across this thing.
So your total is 12?
I'm gonna use my other hero point, I think.
Okay.
25, that's much better.
Okay, you make it across the bridge, and you don't even manage to take out a plank on your way over.
Yes. Okay.
Don't you
yes.
dare! I moved
I
you already.
I was gonna move myself, but okay.
As you make it over to the other side, you see this little guy. You see this corpse like just like twitch rapidly, like the one you saw before, and it kind of spooks you a little bit.
She's gonna like crack it with her bow, like don't fucking move.
Just like hit it with the bow.
Yeah.
Go to sleep. So Vito's gonna watch.
Basically.
Don't take that one. No. Don't take that off and let it go. Tie your end around the tree now. And don't hold it. Just tie it to a tree.
Okay. What kind of check do I need to make to tie something off, Nick?
Tying a knot. That's actually not something that's. I'm sure that's something that's specified, and I'd say thievery. Weirdly enough, let me double check.
Thievery or
Tying.
crafting would make sense.
Crafting
I
would
feel
make
you
sense
could
too.
use like survival or thievery for this because it feels like it's a very practical skill set.
Let me look it up real quick, just out of curiosity, because we're going to be using rope a lot in future reference.
There used to be, and I know this.
I know
because
there
I
used to be a
play
rope
3.5.
tie,
There used to be a
so-
use rope skill, and it was the stupidest thing in the world, and I hated it. Because all you could do was tie knots. It was so pivotal.
Using rope, Pathfinder 2e. I'm not digging through the book for anything rules about rope.
You're telling me you don't want
Thievery is the skill used to tie someone with rope. Well, that's someone.
to. I
That's
don't
tying
want to tie
somebody up.
someone. I want to tie this tree with rope.
Right.
I think the use rope skill, or the equivalent of it, is one of the things that they phased out of Pathfinder because it was the single most complained about thing in 3.5, hands down. I would not be surprised if they were just like, we just assume your characters are capable of tying knots as people who have to survive.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sweat the DC. We'll just say you do it.
Okay.
I figure if you can properly like string your bow, then like you should be able to do this.
Yeah, there's not really a skill for rope in this. I guess I could just let you justify whatever you want, like a skill that you have that you would have learned how to tie rope using.
I have crafting, so.
Go ahead and roll that. That's fine.
Sick.
Thievery is for tying people up, but
yeah, because you're restraining them.
Yeah, that'd be different than just tying a knot around a tree. Okay, it seems secure to you.
Okay.
It's fine. It's perfectly fine.
everyone's speak like Vidos now.
It's fine. I know that's me. That's me making a joke.
Everything's fine. Everything is well.
So
all right, Vidos.
Should be on fire.
Yep, he's gonna tie the rope around his abdomen as hard as he can, specifically around his ribs, because his ribs and around his arms, basically around like his shoulders. Because if he falls, he doesn't want to break his back. He'd rather break his ribs if he gets caught.
That's fair. You don't want to.
Yeah, that's one of the things I remember learning when I was doing mountain climbing, and they were like, "Yeah, if you have to improvise a harness, improvise it around your chest, because you'd rather break a couple of ribs than snap yourself in half like a Twix." And I'm like, "That's fair."
Never really thought about that, but useful information to have.
in the dark timeline where I'm
you have it.
Yeah, in the dark timeline. Useful information to have.
So we have 25 feet across. So Vidos takes a look at the bridge and the thing down below. And he takes a look at his rations. And he fishes out, I'm going to say one of the rations he has left over from his first part of his journey. Or from like the most recent part of his journey. I figure the last time he passed by, he probably bought a chicken. Like, he probably bought some smoked chicken or something. Or smoked quail or some small bird. And he's been eating the smoked meat. And that's what I'm justifying his rations as having been up until now.
That's fine.
So this is like the last of it.
Actually, you're close to water, so it'd probably be fish.
There you go, fish. It's perfect. Sounds like
Salted
smoked fish.
Oh, yeah, delicious salt fish. You ever had salt fish? Tastes like salt.
You gotta let that stuff soak in water unless you want a salt burn on your tongue and to make the biggest puckery face you can. Literal SpongeBob snail po face. So he takes a look at the fish, takes a look at the water. All right. I hope this works. And he's gonna throw the fish as hard as he can over here. If I can get this thing to show up. Like over here. And the second he throws that fish, he's gonna haul ass across this bridge. Like, he's not trying to do the light stepping thing. He's going for speed. Like, I figure it's a running start of like 5-something, 10-something feet. Just like hauling complete ass fish throws.
What is that action movie where there's somebody doing that and whatever they're doing is just like falling to pieces behind them?
There's a few movies that do that.
That's like
video
so
games, movies. It happens in a lot.
My favorite one would probably be Tropic Thunder when he's running across the bridges that explodes. That one's legit. So I'm going to use that to justify an athletics roll, and hopefully he can try a deception check beforehand to see if he can distract the thing under the mud with raw meat or fresh meat.
Technically, the item doing it, so you're good.
Okay. That's good.
Are we not gonna roll for the smoked fish?
The smoked fish is the new NPC.
What is the smoked fish's charisma?
I rolled.
That's the AC for smoked cod.
Probably. Have you seen Gordon Ramsay smash it? Probably like 5.
Yeah.
Whoa! Explodes into nothing. Just-
All right, so he's going with athletics. He's going for full Captain America sprint across this
All
thing.
right, let's see what you got.
Yeah, that's a 19.
As you're running across the bridge, you can't help but like look over at the fish that you tossed, and it landed relatively nearby the corpse of this corrupted that got like knocked off by Alira, and you see both the fish and the corrupted just kind of get sink into the mud like below the surface, just like.
Oof. Yeah, he fucking motors across the bridge, full tilt. I figure he's probably running so hard he's probably breaking like boards as he's sprinting.
Yeah, this bridge is not going to be in good shape for you to use on the way back.
Nice job.
Several planks have fallen out of it to the extent that just like, yeah, that's gonna be a pain in the ass, but that's a future you problem.
Yeah. He sort of skids to a stop on the other side. Oh.
You broke the bridge.
Not completely broken. It's just
No,
in
no,
really
no.
bad shape.
She's giving him shit.
Yeah.
Leave it alone.
I would prefer break bridge than me break myself.
But how are we going to get back?
We'll figure out. He's gonna take the rope and pull on it till it's spot on the tree and see how sturdy it is, then go over to pull it off.
You'd realize that it wasn't tied very well, so if you would have fallen, you would have been pretty screwed.
Yeah. He just pulls and it just comes off. Looks at Alira.
What? What? Wait, why you look at me like this?
He holds rope up.
There's nothing wrong with it. I tied it good.
He's gonna like just lean in a little bit and just.
Blind boom.
I am 19 stone. I'm going to teach you how to tie a rope that can
You're
support
not
19
going to
stone.
teach me how to do anything. I know how to do things. Leave me alone.
But did you die?
Yes, did you die? And maybe,
I-
perhaps, don't be so fat.
Goddamn.
Don't shame me for being hefty. Power comes from weight.
Don't
I
hate me because I'm
need to
beautiful,
be
motherfucker.
heavy. He's like roping this thing up around his arm, just giving you this look like I'm not fat.
Did,
Power.
did your
Just
mama
look
tell you
burned.
that?
No, that would be the drill sergeant.
As you guys are talking amongst yourselves, you like hear like the of like something like slowly like crawling up the side of this.
No, fuck
bridge.
this!
Nope, we're going.
I want to see what it is.
Oh, do you really?
No.
My curiosity is
I'm
gonna get the
grabbing
better
the
of me.
tower, I'm grabbing the tower, and I'm running.
All right, so
I'm pretty
Ezreos
sure
and
even
Vetus,
Vedas
are
is
you
like,
guys?
nope.
I want to see what it is though. Like, unironically, like, Alira's
Are
gonna.
you actually staying behind to see what it is?
No, I'm not gonna stay behind. Do I have to stay to see what it is?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I mean, at least it hopefully won't be a basilisk or something, but still, like.
Oh yeah, me throwing a fucking basilisk at a level 1 party.
Works
And it's a dragon
every
turtle.
time.
What?
I really don't like my players. I just want to kill them.
Would
Alright.
I have an idea of what that is, actually?
There's a chance. Gonna make a nature or recall lore nature check for me.
Can I also make a nature check?
Yeah, sure.
No,
I
that's
feel like I'd actually,
Nope.
being a monster hunter, might know a little, so. And I'm trained in it, so I'll take a nature check if I can.
13? 13?
It
Apparently
sounded
I'm
like
too
it was
busy running.
crawling, and it was kind of moving around in the mud. So maybe some sort of like serpent type thing. At least it didn't have arms or legs, so it might be just a worm, a really big worm, a snake. It's most likely a snake or a serpent. No, not like a giant sea serpent. I mean, like what they used to call snakes.
Hmm.
And Vetus,
Okay.
no, just a snake, worm. I don't know, colony of leeches. You're not sure.
Ew.
Let go low. Yay.
That's the future us problem.
Uh huh. You know it's in the riverbed, and you know the bridge is starting to disrepair. But That's all right.
Thing.
You guys have survived that encounter for now.
For now.
Well, what are we looking at time-wise?
Dun,
We're
dun, 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 dun,
about 3.5 hours. Okay. Tell you what. We'll end the session there. And you guys are well on your way to the whatever is left of this decrepit old village. So, yeah. Also, yeah, you guys can go ahead and level yourselves up to 2.
Yay!
Because I've given you 2 encounters, and they should have. Pathfinder's a little weird about the leveling up stuff, but I'm just going to do the milestone system, which is an alternative rule. I'm doing. So, it's going to be a while before you level up to 3, though. So, giving you 2 as a gift. You're doing so well.
Hell yeah. Thank you, buddy.
And also interacting well with the local populace.
Fuck you.
Thank you.
God damn it. Sorry, I'm just looking at some of these skill feats for level 2. And immediately my eyes went to crystal healing, and I just had the biggest laugh inside. I'm like, right, this is an actual magic world. Right.
Yep.
Right.
So, in that regard, thank you folks for joining us. This is my first time running Pathfinder on stream. So I'm very excited to continue doing this. I'm going to be doing it on Derek's channel eventually too. But yeah, I'd like to move into shoutouts. Well, I started left to right. Let's start from right to left. Skag, what do you do, and where can people find you?
Yes, hi, hello, I am Skagwatt RPG. You can find me on the internet under all that. And yeah, I am here now on Sundays. On the next Sunday, I will be over on Rainbows and Razor Blades. I'll be there tomorrow as well on Rainbows and Razor Blades. And yeah, you can find me on a lot of on podcasts or other streamer tabletop RPGs, and sometimes I play Magic here. So yeah,
Every other Tuesday.
I do the things.
You do many of the things. Thank you for joining us, Skag. You're a delight.
Oh, thank you. It's fun.
Right, Elise.
Hello, everybody. I'm Elise, I'm Queen of Swords D&D on Etsy and on Twitter at Sword Queen Games. I do the art things. I did the art for tonight's game, and I do a lot of the art for my own characters and other games that I'm in. So if you'd be interested in getting some of my art, please, shoot me a DM, follow me on Twitter, and favorite my shop on Etsy, because I'll be adding lots of new and fun, cool things. So look forward to that, and I love being here. You can usually catch me around somewhere on the internet, either here on Nick's channel or somewhere over on Derek's channel, just doing things, vibing, living my best life, moisturize.
In your life.
Lane.
Yeah, in my lane.
Well, thank you, Elise. I appreciate you. And Omni.
Hello, everyone. I'm the last Omnitect, your favorite robot American. It's a pleasure as always to be here, Red. Love ya. You guys can catch me on this channel, DMDM Studios, all the time as well. I'm playing in a lot of APs, in Red's and in Derek's, and also on my own, twitch.tv/The Last Omnitect. I am doing, as usual, the Rule Smithy, where I actually rulesmith rules for TTRPGs, specifically my Legacy TTRPG project. I have the Breakfast Club, where we all hang out and have ourselves a little breakfast date every Thursday and just vibe, play video games, talk about what's going on. And Saturday, the Stellar Forge, where I do active world building and art for my settings. But I'm also planning on starting 2 APs very shortly, one on DMDM Studios, Legacy First Flight, which is the first ever TTRPG actual play stream of my setting, of my game that I've been working on for 20 years. I'm super fucking excited.
Oh, yeah,
So
man.
tune in for that every other Saturday on about around noontime when we get that going within the next couple of weeks. And on my own channel, I have the Wild Skies of Etanria, my first foray into Pathfinder 2e, which will be Thursday, like every other Thursday evening, about shortly after the Call of Cthulhu Zombies game that Red's running. So keep an eye out for that. And there's another AP coming, but I'm waiting until I have the full crew before I can announce anything for it. So that's me.
Oh yeah, man. Thank you for joining us as usual. And folks, I'm going to be I've been Red, one of the 3 primary colors, GM of night's game. I'm going to be live Monday and Tuesday with some Magic the Gathering related content. Monday I'll be talking about I'll be doing a card sorting stream, but I'll be talking about the game, state of the game, just general things, what I think about the new set. So if you want to stop by and say hello, I'm literally just going to be sorting cards if you like that sort of thing. Just a nice chill chit chat stream. I don't have enough bull sessions. And Tuesday I'll be playing the new that Monday stream. That'll be tomorrow at about 3 to 4-ish. Around that time is when I'll start. I want to be able to raid into other folks. And Tuesday I'll be doing about the same time, about between 2 and 4. I'll start doing the sealed pre-release stuff. Not sealed pre-release, but Magic the Gathering Arena release of the game, of the new set. And very much looking forward to that. I'll be streaming that for a good handful of hours, playing some sealed and draft and stuff like that. Red lo-fi and chill. Yeah, pretty much. I'm literally just gonna put on some lo-fi music, have a second cam set up so you guys can see my face and the cards that I'm sorting. It'll be super chill. Very much looking forward to it. And Wednesday I'll be over on Derek's channel. Thursday, not this Thursday, but the Thursday afterward will be the premiere of the Call of Cthulhu stream. Very much looking forward to that. That'll be at 2 p.m. on the 16th. And I also have a Patreon up, which I'm doing Magic the Gathering altars. I'll soon have an Etsy store up, so you don't have to sub every month to get a card that you want. I understand that's kind of like, oh yeah, subbing every month for a card I may or may not want. I understand that. So I will be selling them on Etsy soon enough. But yeah, stay tuned. Got a bunch of stuff coming up. I'll see if I can find anybody to raid out into in the meantime. Let's see. Could always raid out into Mark.
I also love how like we all played completely different characters than the one game that we were gonna play.
Oh hell
yeah! You guys like played like absolutely different characters.
I would argue you're channeling Shiru really fucking hard right now. And
little smart gremlin energy. All right. Well, good night, folks. Much love to you. I'll see you tomorrow, bright and early.
Ta ta.
Peace.